Where's all them people at?
Hello. What's up, guys? Can everyone hear me in the chat? If there's anyone there. Welcome. Today on Blueprint Bonanza, we are joined with Silv.
Hello, everybody.
Hello. And of course, Pretzl.
Hey,
All right. And also, if Silv and Pretzl are a little bit too low, please tell me, because then I will turn them up. So, yeah. But, Silv, you just finished your long-time project, Volvara.
Mm-hmm.
And
Oh yeah, God, it's been what 2.5 years. It's insane.
yeah, I've been following it on your YouTube for quite a while as well,
Mm-hmm.
and I gotta say it is one hell of a masterpiece.
Oh no, thank you. It's honestly though, it was something that started out as a little side project. Actually, I remember when I started it, I did it like, oh, I'll just work on this for like a few weeks and then get it over with. But it just kind of kept increasing in maybe not per se scale because it's actually kind of a small creation when you think about it. It's a very small coaster with just some scenery around it. But I just
Some scenery.
wanted to make every part of it unique, like not trying to copy stuff around. So it eventually ended up taking so much work to just put all of these different elements around it. And yeah, ended up being like a 2+ year project, which is definitely not something I intended. And I also have to admit, at the end of it, it started taking really long because I was kind of done with it. Kind of, a lack of motivation to actually finish it. So it's the kind of thing that I think hits a lot of people. And in my case, I just tend to put it off until I really feel like working on it again. So that's why this moved so slowly, especially in the end.
I've
Yeah,
se- I've seen like the episodes of you building this, and I've seen the video of the POV at the end as well, and now looking at it like on my own screen and opening it up for myself, I've never expected this, to be honest.
no.
Like, like I'm actually just zooming in now, looking at all the little nuts and crannies of what you've done and what you've added to this, and it's like it some of the videos that you show off doesn't do it justice. I mean, until you open up the park and actually fly it, see it in motion, and just see everything kind of where it goes.
Oh yeah,
It's it
yeah, I
is
can see that.
it is quite breathtaking actually.
100%. I mean, this is just my god. And these spires here, spires you did here, and the big dome. Oh my god, this golden one. It's kind of like, yeah, I don't know what shape this is. Kind of like an egg shape, but
Hmm.
I really like the red one at the back, the one that has like the kind of like a spiral staircase or something going up, um, right towards the top. It's really nice.
Oh, you mean next to the really big tower, the tallest tower?
Yeah, yeah, that's one. Yeah.
So as far as coordination works on this thing, I suppose my intent was that that is actually the front side. Like the front is where the big gear is with the gun that like faces forward, whatever it is, and the back is where you've got like the three helixes of track sticking out.
Okay.
And I don't
ah,
know how much sense it makes. I mean, it's a floating castle, but looking at it kind of like a ship, it's slightly shaped like that. You've got like the front being a bit taller,
yep, yep.
having this kind of lookout section at the front.
I can see that. I can see that totally. Something I really, really admire here is your pipe work underneath. I saw the episode where you did it, and I remember you take a big potion of it, and then kind of like just duplicate it and put around and angle it a little bit different. And
Yeah.
now when I see it now, it just it looks amazing because it's just clutter and mess, just a big mess, but it just makes total sense.
Is there a
Hmm.
pirate ship in there, like upside down?
Yeah, there is.
Okay.
Oh, then I actually thought you just made some. I see it now.
Yeah, I wanted some stuff that kind of sticks out at the bottom because the whole idea is that you know, it's a bit like taking an actual castle and lifting it out of the ground with all of the sewage and stuff underneath it that's still there. So you get kind of that weird cutout of all this underground, well, normally underground infrastructure. So I wanted also a bunch of wooden posts and things just randomly sticking out with ropes and stuff between them. And an upside down pirate ship was the easiest way to get that in. So yeah, that's why that's in there.
Well, it looks good though. I mean, I literally didn't see it was the pirate ship until Pretzl pointed it out. I actually thought it was just some custom-made poles you did and then had some rope work.
Mhm.
So that's very good mixed in there. And all those planks. My God.
Oh god, yeah. That was see that was I think a few of the reasons why I lost interest in this build was just there's a bunch of stuff in here which is really boring, annoying kind of labor, like putting all of the planks there, making sure that they all, you know, look all right. That was one of the most annoying things ever. And there's generally speaking a lot of clutter in here, which just takes a lot of time and maybe not as much thought, like all of the pipe works around the buildings as well, things like that.
Yeah, man. I noticed just because I pressed your planks here, they're not even
Mhm.
grouped.
Oh
So
yeah.
so you have
Yeah,
literally placed every single piece.
Oh yeah, yeah. Those planks are all individually placed.
Oh my
Okay, so
God.
Christine wants to know a piece count. I'm gonna highlight it now. Hopefully, it doesn't crash.
That's a good point. I don't actually know.
This is where we
But I
find out.
think I don't know. I think the piece count might not be that bad. I don't know.
Oh, I
Okay.
mean, your domes is just speaking for itself, right? Look at this only. That's 7,000 just this big in the middle here.
Oh
Okay,
yeah,
so
true.
I just did a piece count of the build. It might not be everything because sometimes Flying Code doesn't select everything, but from what I tried to grab, it was like 40,000 pieces.
Oh wow.
So yeah, it's pretty high.
Oh,
But that's not too bad as far as Planet Coaster creations go. I've heard of some worse projects.
yeah, yeah. I mean, compared to what you put into this, uh, totally. I mean, the piece count is probably in the domes.
Yeah, to a
Oh,
large degree, and all of the planks underneath
oh
behind them.
yeah. Totally forgot that.
I'm actually gonna click on the blank right now. Is this what happened? Okay, they're all individual. Okay, never mind.
Yeah. I couldn't really group them, but at least it wasn't too difficult to do all of that. I just shaped out the terraforming in the shape that I wanted, and then just stuck planks to it. Just had them snap to it. It's very boring to do, but not as daunting of a task as it seems at first sight, I think.
Some way, it kind of reminds me of what Wix and Operator is working on.
Hmm.
Above end
Yeah. I
in
could see
some
that.
way.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
guys have been working on that for a long time as well. And I remember every time I see the thumbnail pop up on my YouTube feed, I'm already like, damn, that looks like it could be inspiration for Volvara as well. Like
Yeah,
these projects are definitely similar in some way.
for sure.
As
It's also
so,
inspired by it.
Christine asked the question: is there a story behind Volvara, or is it more than just a simple flowing castle?
Um, I came up with a really stupid story, but there isn't really per se a story behind it. The story that I came up with and just shit posted in the description is that there's like it is like total steampunk roleplay. There's this guy called Lysander Cocksmith, and he's like a cartoon villain, and he uses this thing to like go around and raid cities and stuff. But know, that didn't make enough money, so he had to build a roller coaster on it, sell tickets to that to get some extra income. So that's how we ended up with this giant war machine floating castle with a roller coaster on it.
I like that.
Alright.
I like that. It's a
I
good
like the name
story.
Cocksmith.
Yeah, yeah,
Yep.
for sure.
This telescope I'm seeing on the other end is amazing. I'm
I'm
just gonna steal that.
I'm just noticing all the that you use the freaking candy pieces, the marshmallow twists.
Oh yeah,
for like a chain or some sort you try to do, right?
yeah.
What
It
about the
actually
wafers?
works.
If you look at the dome in the center, he used wafers as well around the outside on like the base of the dome.
Yeah, there are a lot of candy pieces actually in this build. If you recolor them and give them some not really candy colors, they actually work out quite well. Like I think the twisted marshmallow pieces, like if you make them kind of dark gray, they have this twisted metal kind of look to them.
Yeah, I can totally see that. It's so
I
cool.
also like when people turn objects around backwards and use the texture that's not really supposed to be used, but like the backside of objects that you see. Like for example, you use the cinder press edge plane pieces that are on the main tall tower, and the whole
Oh
texture of
yeah,
that
yeah.
tall tower is this. From a distance, it looks great, but when you zoom in, like you can start to see like the blurriness to it.
Yeah, that texture is very low res, so I would in hindsight maybe not use it anymore, but yeah.
It
Guess
works though.
that's also where you can tell the age of this thing, because as it went on, this thing took so much time. We had way fewer pieces when I started working on this, so some
Oh
older
yeah,
sections definitely look a bit different than newer sections, and I had to go back and change some things as well. Like originally, the spires were mostly just in-game roof pieces, but I eventually just decided to replace those with custom spires just to make them look slightly unique.
Quite cool though, really, because then it shows like the age of when you first started to how it's finished and all the new like DLCs and content that we've had added. You just added the new content to the
Mm-hmm.
to your creation as it's grown, and that's then you've got a little
Yeah.
bit of old and new in there as well. I like that.
it's like a mini Eiffel Tower you got here on the top.
I would
Oh,
say
oh
it's more
yeah.
like the cathedral in Barcelona. It's got the old side and the new side, right?
Yeah, or
Um,
just a castle in general, I suppose. Castles really tend to be built over time and have like different architecture in different sections. So I tried to do that as well where I could.
well, should we take a ride on it? The one in the chat. Let's.
Sure.
Oh yeah, let's do that.
Is there anything preference that you prefer? Like, should we start with nighttime, daytime?
Uh, Whatever you guys want, honestly.
Okay. What do you want
Well,
to go for, Wix?
let's take a front bomber then.
Bumper.
Let's do that. It's already there.
Although I also have to say the coaster is really not that good. I focus this mostly on scenery, and the coaster is also kind of there as an excuse to make this a whole project of itself. Um, it's basically right turn the ride. It just does a bunch of right turns, and then you're back in the station.
Well,
Although, yeah,
I don't mind that. I mean, you basically themed everywhere around it you go, so
yeah, right.
you also have to
I,
consider the bigger layout you do for a coaster, the more you actually have to theme it. Where a smaller layout actually can make it a little bit better and more compact, and therefore you don't have to use
Yep.
all that negative space, or how you say,
Hmm.
Hey,
actually,
Oporteur.
I quite like it in real life too. Like, there's some roller coasters that are very small, but they're like jam packed with theming. I actually prefer those over some of the bigger rides that I've been on.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
I really love Arthur at Europa Park just because it's so heavily themed. I mean, it's a really cool ride anyway, but
Yeah, that's fun.
does Arthur count as a roller coaster?
it's a
Oh, yeah, I
powered
guess it
Mac,
does.
right?
Yeah. But yeah, I totally agree. And actually, if this coaster reminded me of anything, it feels a bit like the first half of Terran before the second launch. But a bunch of curves in a very tight space with a lot of scenery around it. But yeah, I think we
Ah,
can go ahead and ride it if you guys want.
I'm already doing it, and it's awesome, man. I really, really love right when you leave the station.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and it take wasn't the state? No, it is not the station here. Where am I doing? There you go.
It can be a bit hard to find stuff around here.
I really like the helix it does, and then into this slightly banked turn you did, and it's so good theming in here. Even though you don't know, I didn't notice it the first time, but second time you kind of notice you did a little bit of stuff inside here too.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't go crazy sometimes where you detail basically where no one's never gonna look, but to you it just feels right to have something there, you know.
Yeah, right. That's exactly what I was feeling about it as well. Yeah,
But
and it's not too much work. I had fun at least going back through the park the last couple of days before I finished it and just looking at all the nooks and crannies and see if I missed anything, if there were any spots which were unthemed or completely empty. I just wanted like every square inch of the castle to at least be themed and look finished.
yeah, I get that. It's freaking amazing, man. Just every freaking roof you did here. I remember
I just remember at nighttime is.
you were
Sorry, go ahead.
thinking, or at some point when you were building, to you didn't know if you were gonna make all the spires custom or roofs custom. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
but it kind of feels like you end up doing that. Having
Yeah,
a
pretty much, I guess.
This is
Yeah.
stunning at nighttime.
oh yeah, I need to do that.
Oh my, this is like it's very royal and gold and grand.
It
Like
really reminds me of something you'll see like straight out of a game, you know, like as you say, like it is a concept art, right? Where it's you could totally see
Mm-hmm.
this be a thing, kind of like I don't know, Dishonored vibe. It also gives me a little bit.
I
Oh,
really, I really love the way that you lit up the coaster at like the the main lift hill.
Oh yeah, yeah, that was a lot of fun. Looks a bit like a fairground ride almost like that.
Yeah, it also looks a bit like Tivoli.
Oh yeah.
yeah, I can see that. Oh man, it looks absolutely gorgeous in nighttime.
It's yeah, it's like super grand. Like
Oof.
I feel like rich people live here, royalty.
Mm-hmm.
So, what is if you have to point? Let's say this creation. What is the best thing of Volvara? Like, what is the best thing you built in this?
Oh god.
If you have to point out
Uh,
something that you're very proud of, particular,
hmm.
like one of the roofs or
That's really difficult. Um, I would say my favorite thing on the island is still the biggest tower, the main tower right in front, with all of the little towers around it. Just that whole piece, and then with the big gear in front,
yeah.
the telescope like gun thing, whatever it is. I'm not even exactly sure. It just looked cool. I figured like that structure is my favorite part.
I was gonna say I think the gear is probably my favorite part. Like the way that you incorporate it into the
Oh yeah.
how it kind of digs through it. Amazing.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense, the gear. I'm not even sure what it would even be for, but I wanted to at least make sure that, it had a space to go through. So when you go into the building, there is like a space that the gear digs through.
Well, I totally dig it though. I mean, I can't unsee it. I mean, something would definitely be missing here if you ended up like not having it or removing it. Uh, I think it's awesome. Definitely, it adds that extra thing to it.
Hmm.
Don't you wish that the game had some kind of way of making objects that you've made into motion? You could just see this gear start have like a motion to it. Looks
Oh yeah, that would be amazing.
So you don't have. It's only the coaster, right?
Yep.
You don't have shops either or anything, right?
Oh, I was barely able to fit in anything. I was glad to be able to fit in a park entrance and a guest spawn point anywhere.
All right, your janitor's just walking around on a floating castle
welcome
here.
to the chat, Yuri. By the way,
Yeah, sorry guys, I'm slacking on the chat today. This is
The
just
only thing I would add
exciting.
is desert rocks with bright red lighting. Am I missing a reference? I'm missing a reference, definitely.
It's Yuri. We just ignore his comment.
Yeah.
Oh god.
He also said there's no support. It's not real steampunk. He said.
The
Yeah, sure.
island's not supported, so
But this is absolutely stunning. Still, it's so good to see this finished and actually get a look at it myself.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
Yeah, thank you. I
Wanna-
also want to give a shout out to N7 for always his great lighting tutorials, and also everybody in Rollercoaster Tycoon 3 community who used to do that. I think Gert made one for Planet Coaster as well. It was really good. But the lighting on Volvara was probably my biggest lighting job that I've ever done. I'm still not that good at it, but it was really fun to do it. And like one of the main ideas was that I actually wanted to make all of the lights very visible. So sometimes you want to, hide lights, just put these hidden spotlights everywhere to try and light up buildings from hidden areas like you would in a theme park. But in this case, I wanted to try and put all these very visible lights everywhere to light up the buildings. So that's why you see all of these lanterns around the towers and even on the supports and stuff. I tried to like really show them as much as possible. So it's a bit unique in that sense, I suppose.
Oh yeah, hell yeah, man! I love this lighting you did here. It's spot on. I can't really say anything to it. It's really really good. Um,
these Victorian lights I see everywhere.
Oh
These
yeah,
little spooky lights as well.
yeah, those lights are awesome. I probably overused them a little bit on this build.
It works though. It really does.
so you actually did you even include any of the Victorian pieces because they came in the vintage pack, right?
Very few, honestly. I'm not even entirely sure which pieces. I don't think I used much of them, but I did build a lot of similar things with pieces that we already had, like Victorian ironwork, arches, things like that. I just already had pretty much. So yeah, no, I didn't end up adding a lot of those because I already, I felt like it already worked the way I had it built.
All right.
But yeah,
Uh,
that pack was really nice.
Jure asked if you took inspiration from the cathedral in Florence for the massive dome. It looks stunning.
Uh, Not really Florence. The biggest inspiration was actually the St. Peter's Cathedral in Rome. Well, Vatican City, technically.
Okay.
But yeah, I can see the Florence building in that anyway. I guess the
Absolutely.
colors are a bit more like the one in Florence, but then the actual look of it is a bit more Baroque-ish, Renaissance.
Yeah. Oh man, this I love what you I think I got the idea of using the marbles as decorative pieces instead of just not Christmas stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, after watching yours, and it just looks so good here, especially on this dome.
Mm-hmm.
Also, the shininess it gives, kind of like feels like
Oh
it's
yeah.
very glorious and rich.
Yeah, they're really cool pieces. They work super well for making little spires and decorations. Also, yeah, there are a bunch of chocolate wafers that make up the building of the dome. And a lot of it is actually the icing from the Christmas pack as well.
Oh, oh yeah, I see that. Yeah, yeah, that's clever too. It gives such a nice. Yeah, it's just a nice decorative piece. It gives. Looks absolutely amazing. Uh,
The pointy baubles, the one that you put on the Christmas tree, yeah, those.
yeah, those
I don't
one.
think I've ever used them for what they are intended for, but I've put those things on top of so many buildings.
Oh yeah, I know. as I said, I got it from you to actually add it to the top of a spire or something. So it works so well. I'm gonna take a night ride now on this guy here.
Yeah, sure.
This is so inspiring though. Like I'm just looking at this from I'm like I'm
Let's
so
take sea
inspired
view.
already to build something like this.
Yeah, it's so cool. You really nailed this, and it's so awesome to see. Like you said, that it started with like when you only had the what was it, the in-game pieces that came with the Planco, and then you kind of like evolved a little bit with different things, but still kept it on a low of what you started on. I really like
Yeah.
that you did that, and not had like several styles and stuff going on this little area here. So
Ooh, I think I'm gonna have to watch this night POV myself because I don't think I've actually tried looking at it at night, trying the POV at night.
huh?
That's interesting.
I'm writing it now.
Yeah. I've always seen this, at least for myself, more as a coaster to look at than one to actually ride. Like, it's hard to really take it in when you're riding it, and the layout's not that good. But it's really more about like the interaction with the scenery, looking at it go around from an off-ride perspective, I think.
Yeah, I can see that. As you said, you started like with it just being a little project, right? And then all of a sudden it just evolves.
Yep.
And there you go. And hey Tilly and Jason and Christine, I haven't said hey to anyone. Hey guys, thanks for coming and hanging out with us tonight. We appreciate it. Okay, that was nighttime. Yeah, man, I really love this, man. And you say the interaction it has with all the scenery, it's so cool.
Mm-hmm.
Also, the way you hit a lot of the tracks inside and actually have it interact uh, with other scenery that actually makes sense for how the little or the castle here is built. You know, where people can actually move back and forth. If you take it like if you have to imagine it without people, you know, when you have to make those fake hallways for the people and stuff, you know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I really love that section where it whips you around over the station
Yeah,
through the building.
I'm looking at it right now. It's really
Yeah,
awesome.
there is one part of the layout that hits really high Gs in excess of at least 5 Gs, I think, which is after you go down. There's like the steepest section, not the first drop, but like the first turn where you start curving to the right, and you go down through the building, and you've got these trim breaks as you go down. The curve after that is kind of deadly. Um, it hits like between 5 and 6 Gs, I think, but oh well, I can't get it too realistic. It's a floating steampunk castle in the end.
Yeah,
True, true.
that is so true, man. But I also still like that you also have that, like, even though as you say it's a floating steampunk castle, right? But the way you built it, like with things connected to each other, as I said before, with the fake hallways, like the path for people and how they connect with each other, um,
Mm-hmm.
still makes sense. You know, you build it realistic wise, even though
Mm.
it's flotating. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or floating. So
Yeah, I'm trying to keep it like within the ridiculous uh, idea of the fantastical flying fortress. I'm trying to keep it like realistic, considering I don't know, flying fortresses exist from this weird suspense of disbelief onwards. I'm trying to make everything believable. So this thing flies, but the coaster has supports. I've always gotten some comments about that. No, that doesn't really make sense, but I just wanted everything on the floating island to be supported on the island and to not float.
yep, totally makes sense, man. And you nailed it, especially also with this part you did here with this little contraption of support you did with the pipes and chains, and then you have the supports around. Yeah, it's basically what I mentioned before. Like you had that in mind that every time you added something, it had to had a purpose, you know. And I really like when people do that to the build, instead of just placing stuff without even thinking about like, yeah. So
Right.
it's
I
very.
guess
Hmm?
yeah, I think that's also part of the steampunk aesthetic. I mean, I'm not a steampunk connoisseur, but the idea, I feel like a lot of the times it just gets seen as throw gears and pipes on stuff and it looks steampunk. When it's much more practical about that. In the first place, it's very much about Victorian architecture. You don't even per se need gears and pipes, just some very eclectic Victorian architecture. But also, all of the machinery that you do have, at least in steampunk fantasy, would need to be functional in some way. Like you shouldn't add gears and pipes randomly. There has to be some kind of function some way. And it can be total nonsense, and it usually is. But you're gonna have it connected somewhere. So gears are fine as long as you have like a machine that kind of looks like it needs the gears running, and you've got like a system going, the stuff like that. So I
Yes.
feel like the coaster was also a good excuse to add random weird machinery everywhere that looks kind of strange, but at least seems like it has to serve some kind of purpose. But yeah, the gear is the big exception. The gear is totally just bullshit. It's just one big uh, decorative piece.
It works though. Wick said earlier, like if you just remove that piece, it wouldn't look
Oh
the
yeah,
same. It really sets the tone.
It
yeah, and I
really
guess
does.
It's
if
like
you
this
could
is
animate it,
steampunk.
it would have been amazing. Because
Yeah.
theoretically, it could turn around there. Like it could be connected to something. Uh, and
I'm
then
not. I'm not reading the chat right now. There's a lot of different references being thrown about. I'm just ignoring them.
same. Uh, but yeah, what was also interesting, I guess, is that my idea for this was that you've got all of the towers with the propellers that are somehow able to keep the castle afloat through magic or something, I guess, because propellers that size would never be able to lift a castle. But a bunch of the propellers are like the towers are in these rails, which you can see in a bunch of places. So I was thinking, these could rotate and move position to try and change the direction that the castle is going.
Yeah, man. I love this creation of yours. This is fantastic. Just yeah, and all the time I know you put into this, and yeah, very nice, man.
Yeah, I think this one is probably one of my favorites. I think I still have a soft spot for that like Japanese park that you did with the flying coaster. But
Oh, sorry. Something I just noticed is that this is actually an older version of it. This is an unfinished version.
Okay,
Oops.
wait,
of
is it
Volvara.
really?
Yeah, it is. But that's weird. Did I lose the newest version? Because this was the newest version that was on my computer.
But I what's missing on this guy though?
So there are a bunch of things. There are some lights inside the building that I saw are missing. But
Huh.
mostly if you go to like the other side of the dome, like the sunny side, but the shadow side of the dome underneath it, where the coaster like goes into the building at the top of this like overbanked element, I think you can see a bunch of uh terraforming that's completely exposed there, which I covered up within
Oh,
some walls and
Oh.
stuff.
Yeah, I did notice
Uh,
the terrain, but I just
yeah.
yeah, I
Oops. Yeah, I noticed it when you were going through the space that the gear was going through because I remember taking away the pipes that were like in the gear's path there to try and fix up the
yeah.
where the gear went. And I
Oh.
noticed that those were still there. So, oops. I don't know if I lost progress on this thing, but if you watch the video, you can notice that what I've been talking about, especially the part where like the terraforming is exposed right now. There's like stone walls. So I
I
don't
was
know
gonna say something
what
about
happened
that
there.
though. Like I saw some columns and stuff. I'm like, wait, the gear kind of smacks into those columns.
Yeah. Oops.
Oh well,
That's
Yeah, never mind.
it happens, man. I
maybe
mean,
I forgot to save after I did all of that. Oh, interesting.
but okay. I mean, you just told what you did, and it's not like something that ruins the look of it or anything. So,
Yeah.
but hope
Yeah,
hope you didn't lose it though. Or
yeah, I think I lost it. I'm looking at my thing now, and yeah, I'm pretty sure I lost that progress. My newest save is way older than the video that I made. Damn, how did that happen?
oh,
Huh.
oh,
Might be like a Steam Cloud synchronization issue. I've had that before. Oh well. Because I tend to switch between my computer and my laptop depending on whether I'm home or not. And sometimes like Steam Cloud goes wrong and you do like progress on one of them, but then it doesn't save, but then you already like move to the other computer and do some stuff there, and then you basically lose something in every case. It's just a bit annoying. But yeah,
yeah.
it's interesting. I definitely remember on the final video that I made, like the cinematic, it was all fixed.
Yeah, I mean, your showcase was beautiful of Volvara too, especially with all the reshade stuff. So if you guys haven't seen what Silv did, I assume you already did. But if someone out there doesn't, then go check out that video because he made it feel like it's actually in the sky, which is pretty dope. So, but yeah, man, is there anything we have over or like missed out on, or did we kind of get a good look at this?
Um, hmm.
Is there anything you wish to point out, or
No, I think we've had enough of a look into it.
as I say, man, I'm loving this. I love how you use some of the pieces too, especially the the marshmallow twists for chains. That's
Oh yeah.
it gives me some ideas. So, and also this support contraption, what it is you did down here for this for the coaster, it's dope. Love it,
Oh, that's what you're talking about, marshmallows.
and the
Oh yeah.
pipes.
I just noticed as well, like the dark ride section after the station, there's like nothing in this build. Whereas if you watch the final video, there's all of the scenery, like pipes and windows and everything. So actually, I lost quite a bunch of progress on this. Oops.
Um,
I might just take this down from the Steam Workshop and have to accept the fact that only the video is the actual finished product. Wow, what did I do here? God.
damn, Silv, damn.
Exclusive.
Yeah. Nobody can have the finished Volvara, not even me.
It will always become or be unfinished.
Yeah.
But no,
That's a
man,
poetic end, I guess.
I love it. I don't think that's anything that you should take in consideration of being a bad thing or anything because it's still stunning, absolutely. So, yeah. And I also think my favorite part of this is definitely also the tower you said, the highest tower there that almost have a mini Eiffel Tower on the on the top.
Mm-hmm.
That looks so cool.
Oh yeah. In real life, I mean, the Eiffel Tower is like one of the steampunkiest buildings. Definitely.
Yeah, I've only seen it from the outside, but I've seen the interior and stuff. It looks pretty cool. Also, how it looks with the elevator and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the close thing to me is Blackpool Tower, but
Oh yeah.
it's also quite similar.
It's a total knockoff. Come on.
Yeah.
Okay.
Moving on.
Moving on.
Sorry, I didn't mean to insult the place that you're rapping for, but
No, it's total shit, but it's fine. Uh,
Hey, why should this attack and red flag Maya Christine? That's not Volvara and no. That's another. It's long gone from like Maya. It's in the rich area. Well, are you you feel like is there anything you want to add, Pretzl, or anything you want to point out?
I've pretty much pointed out everything, to be honest, that I was gonna say. Um,
Yeah.
this place kind of reminds me of like some kind of like explorer or something like this. What's that movie that you talked about a lot, where all the floating cities and they move around? What's it called?
Mortal Engines.
Model Engines. Yeah, kind of reminds,
I've
kind of
heard of
reminds,
that.
kind of reminds me a little bit of that. And
Yeah,
this is kind of like the explorers or whatever, because with a telescope and stuff and all these different inventions that you have like hidden around this like
yeah,
creation.
I can see that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
These guys are the inventors or
I mean,
something.
but I mean, Mortal Engines is it's some nice CGI in it, but the story is kind of shite. But
I mean, I feel like that happens with steampunk movies all the time. Like, there are a few steampunk movies, but all of them look so much better than they actually are. Like, I guess The League of Extraordinary Gentlemen or The Golden Compass. I mean, there are so many steampunk movies, but none of them seem to really have a good plot. But they all look really cool.
yeah, they just focus on that. It has to look cool. Story doesn't matter.
Yeah.
All right. Well, here's a little night shot view, guys, before we go to the blueprints of
Ooh.
Volvara here, guys.
Oh,
Yeah.
and somebody said, Eternal Potato said it's a bit like Bioshock, I guess. Which, yeah,
Yeah.
is I've
Yeah.
never played Bioshock, but I can definitely see that. As soon as I started on it, I was like, yeah, this is starting to look very similar. But it's
Yeah.
not really inspired by anything in particular. I'd say it's just the whole idea of a floating steampunk castle is. I mean, that's not very original. Let's be honest. It's like a pretty widespread idea anyway.
Yeah, but it's like how you execute it is more the way, and you kind of nailed that part though.
Mm-hmm.
uh, so yeah. Ah, this is such a great shot. All right, we're gonna end it off here, guys, from Volvara. Awesome stuff, Silv. I'm happy that I got a chance to get a look at your park that I've been following as well for the last 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, man,
Yeah, you're an inspiration
one hell of a
to all
job.
builders out there.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, guys, this should we post the link anyways to because if
I don't.
I was thinking that I might actually just take it down because this is identical to an older. No, this is actually identical to an older upload that I already did of Volvara, I think.
okay,
That was also like almost finished but unfinished. So I might just take this down. But I don't know. Maybe if people protest against it, I won't. But it's still an unfinished build anyway.
So we should see it in like a year's time.
Yeah, maybe I should just continue working on it. Just keep adding stuff. Oh no, I'm done.
yeah, that was
Okay.
one hell of a job, man, and congrats on finishing it as well.
Thank you.
I know the struggle of keeping in the same theme and just keeping on like
It runs really
pushing
well too, though.
yourself.
I was
It
expecting
does.
when I was looking at your videos, I was like, oh my god, this is gonna like destroy my PC. But like, no, it runs perfectly, like smooth.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going into this intermission, guys, so you don't see all the blueprints.
All right, good luck to the person who has to follow. Silv? No, good.
We have we have a few coasters to show off, and then we have some blueprints. We have about 18 blueprints. So and after that we are done, guys. So, but are you guys opening up yours as well?
I am. Yep.
Awesome. And then I can do this, and then I can take it back to.
Also, welcome to the chat, Zay.
Yeah, I'm gonna try catch up with the stream here now. Turner, Beartastic, Combat, Trooper, Christine, and save for everyone. Thanks for hanging out with us, guys. We just took a in-depth look at Silvarret's Volvara, and we're gonna check out some blueprints now for the next hour, guys. So, and when you guys are ready, we can just proceed.
I'm ready when you guys are, but like, let's wait up for Silv as well.
But anyways, I can might as well just introduce the first coaster here of the day, guys. This is, if I pronounce his name right, Buckhole with the castle's remains. He sent us a little thing here. I can't see it because of Floss's dancing chicken on the sheet here. But there we go. Hey, oh pricks, he says. I hope you're both doing well. Keep up these good streams because they're amazing. Thank you. It's 1453 and the castle is under siege by the enemy. As catapults are being fired at the castle, huge damage is taking at the front church and houses. The castle itself stays relatively intact, but after all men... What does it say? I can read more. And after all men abandon, maybe?
Yeah,
Okay.
I can't read anymore after that. Oh wait, it says at the top, right?
Sorry. Totally butchering this.
Oh wait, abandon their posts. The enemy slaughtered anyone left behind. You and your brave soul enter this castle to see what is left behind, to unveil the horrible story of what happened that day. Right at nighttime, seat view. Select no music for this coaster. Feedback is more than welcome. Cheers.
All right. Okay. Well, so before we ride it in nighttime, we can check it out in daytime a little bit.
Yeah, I think so.
One thing...
I actually thought it's a pirate build at first.
Yeah, these are those old pirate castle walls, right? Actually, no, it doesn't.
It's the
This is
castle
walls.
walls, yeah.
Yeah.
But something that I noticed right away was this drop here. I really like that. Over
Yeah,
there.
Yeah, it looks really cool. It's a very picturesque coaster in general, and I like the way that he like built a beyond vertical drop here because it's very difficult to actually make that work. But to make it work with a castle tower like this, that's really cool.
Indeed, I really like that, and it just feels natural to have it there.
Yeah.
Oh, it's raining out there now, I see. Huh.
I'm just gonna let it test a few times.
Yeah, I'm making it a test run too, so we can see the stats. And but if we go into the castle, I rather don't want to do that for spoilers, so I'm gonna wait with that. So I'm just gonna check it
same.
outside.
Yeah, I'm looking around and I have no idea how this layout goes. Like, I really can't tell where the track is going. So there must be some stuff happening inside there.
Yeah, for sure. It actually looks like a okay long layout, to be honest.
Yeah.
Very compact. Oh, coaster's almost tested now. Oh, it's almost tested now. That was...
Mine is sped up and it still hasn't tested. Okay, there we go.
Oh, I love this thing he has here on the castle top here with the interaction with the scenery coming up. It's really cool.
Okay, so
Hey,
it's
Bukul, welcome to the stream. We are looking at your castle remain creation here. Okay. It station is very open. Um, also, you can make a quick path to the station. Did you run out of pieces here, or
no, it's 3,000 pieces.
3,000 pieces?
Hmm.
I would
I think
maybe.
the open station makes sense though because it leaves the view open of the castle behind it as well.
There is quite a few coasts in real life that have open stations too, though.
Yeah.
Like Rita Olsen Towers and Stealth also.
Well, let's not start quoting Rita as a good example, but you're right.
Yeah, but I was more referring to the path, the queue. He could might maybe have added a little bit more touches and then framed uh, the little bank turn he has here with some fencing or more wall pieces or something.
Right.
If he now when he has the pieces for it, that's just what I'm saying. But I think it already has
Makes
tested
sense.
now, so let's give this bad boy a right. No, it hasn't. What?
Alright, so we're doing nighttime.
Oh, it hasn't.
And
Okay.
nighttime and sea view, he said.
Nighttime seed view.
I'm gonna go to
All right.
seat number 2 because it's right in the middle.
Nighttime seed view. All right, let's go.
All right.
Let's ride it.
There's a lot of effects actually on this thing, all the fog and stuff.
Yeah.
The lightning going around there.
Ooh. There's a little dog ride section.
Yeah, wow, I was not expecting that.
Not at all.
Oh, this is really cool actually.
Oh, I
Okay.
like that part.
It's like a ghost train.
Yeah. That was actually quite cool.
Oh, this lift feels really cool.
Oh yeah.
Wow. Yeah, okay. The lift feels really cool. I'm clearly a little bit behind you guys. I'm gonna speed up a little bit as we're on the lift hill.
Yep, I'm going down now.
Yeah, me too. Ooh, the loop in the middle of the castle is a really nice touch.
Is what?
It's a really
Oh,
nice
that was
touch.
awesome.
Yeah.
I might be a little bit ahead of you guys. Sorry.
I think you're.
You gotta count
Ooh,
this
there's
down
a
as soon as you
dark
leave.
ride section after the mid-course break.
Nice.
Oh, that was a smooth way to get into the station. But it also felt weird. That was really cool.
I think this ride has a really good sense of progression and like a ride story with that whole dark ride intro. Like first you're outside, kind of building up the anticipation. Then you get the dark ride section, and then you get that vertical lift hill, which builds up the anticipation even more. Like that whole part is so perfect.
Indeed. The
And it feels
lighting.
very realistically Gerstlauer as well. Like in real life, these coasters like to do this kind of thing as well. Have you guys been on Carnon?
Yeah, I have.
Yeah, it feels a bit like that.
Yeah, that was a fun one. Indeed. One of the good ones. I really like the when it from the lift. I think the lift is probably my favorite part.
Oh yeah, same.
Where was it? I can't find it now. Oh, There's actually a lot of scenery going on that you really didn't notice on the right. Have all these skeletons lying around. And yes, Christine, there is a little bit of clipping, but I'm just gonna be shush about that today because I talk too much about that on every stream. So just gonna let it be for now, unless it's like direct into my face, which I didn't really get here. So
I quite like that it's so compact, yet like he's jammed in a lot of stuff in this very small footprint.
Yeah,
There's,
it does
there's
a
a,
lot.
I'm curious to see how long the layout is now. How it's 810 meters. Oh, felt a little bit longer actually.
I think it's because there's a lot of slow down sections.
Yeah.
Yeah, the dark ride section and the lift hill kind of made it feel much longer of a ride.
Yeah,
Yep.
you're probably right. But he did a good job of have the coaster interact with the scenery, and especially that dark ride part. That was really really cool.
Yeah, theming and scenery on this is really good. Like the only thing that I would like be constructively criticizing about is just the track shaping. I would try to smooth it out a bit more than this. It's really rough in some spaces, but
Yeah,
like as an overall experience, the way that it comes together, the thought behind the first dark ride section, and then the lift, all of that build up, the way that the ride kind of tells a story, that's really good.
yeah. When people can do that on such a short uh, time on the ride, then they did a good job for sure. Looking at the lift now, coming up there. Yeah, this is really good, man. I really love this. This is definitely. But there are, like you said, some parts that need smoothing. There's definitely a little section down here. Where can I find it now? I think it was. I feel like it was over here or something, but yeah. There are a few places. But overall, I really like the layout nevertheless. It was awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and yeah, theming goes very well, and I like the broken bits, especially this broken tower over here.
Yeah.
It's very cool. Yeah, nice work. It's and also it is for sure a nighttime ride. I can see that now. I really like the lighting he did. Like on the outside, he had the little like a teal color, and then he has like the warm color on the castles, and not too much. That's very subtle. I like that.
Yeah.
Okay,
Right.
let's we'll try post the link as much as we can in the chat, guys. But this will be on YouTube afterwards, so the links will be in the description afterwards too. So, but this was Bukul. I'm totally butchering it. With the castle remains. Nice work, man. That's impressive. Okay, next one, guys. This one I'm actually quite excited to see. I didn't delete the queue instructions, so you guys kind of like get an image on where the path is supposed to go and all. This is maybe more your guys' area, but this I think this is supposed to be a recreation.
Yes.
Yeah, it
Yes.
definitely looks like it.
Yeah.
Accelerator,
From
not Pretzl.
Edgar, and it's called Accelerator.
Yeah. This
Uh,
looks amazing. Just right off the bat, this I'm not a Knott's Berry Farm expert. I haven't been there, but I know vaguely what it looks like, and this looks really on point. This the station, the overall layout, the supports, everything.
Yeah, I've never seen it, unfortunately, but to me it definitely looks like something you would see in real life. And I
It looks really
love
good.
the colors. I don't know what it is, but the
Yeah,
pink
it's one of the most unique color schemes out there. Yeah, but it's really cool.
is impressive.
Although I think it looks like this in real life because they haven't painted it in a really long time. I think it used to be much brighter. you might be able to find pictures of that. But it has like this really kind of washed out pink, just because the paint on it is kind of odd.
Oh. And here it goes. Oh.
Oh, and the custom sign. I just now noticed that next to the top hat. That's amazing.
Oh, that is cool.
How many pieces is this sign? 152-ish. And he even added some shops. Oh, I love what he did here.
Those are some big hats.
Yeah, there's some big-headed people coming in this park. And then the exit. This must be the exit, right? This can't be the...
I think the exit's at the station.
Yeah.
So where it goes down, it says ride photo and stuff.
The station looks so good. The way that he
Whoa.
put all these different pieces together, it just looks almost unrecognizable. Like I had to, I had to really look into what pieces he was using for different parts. It looks really good.
It does. I want to go on this ride.
I will do in February.
Well, screw you then.
Just let me know when you guys are getting on ride.
Yes.
Yeah,
Oh, that looks amazing. Oh, such a
let's
cool
do a-
shot.
Let's do a countdown.
All right, countdown it is.
All right.
All
The
right.
moment it leaves the station and we count down, okay?
Mm-hmm.
It leaves the station now. Now. It's launch. I know combat, right?
Oh my god, that's loud.
Oh.
Ooh, I didn't know it had combat music.
It kind of felt like that. I mean, coaster-wise, that as soon as it was at that point where it was supposed to be fun, it kind of ended the coaster.
I mean, actually, if you compare it to the other coasters like this, like Kingda Ka or Stealth or Top Thrill Dragster, this one has the longest layout.
Yeah.
At least it still has the two large curves.
Yeah. I see.
You're right.
I was like, yeah, oh. But it's the same like with yeah, as you mentioned, Stealth. But it doesn't take away how gorgeous this look. Man, this color scheme, as I can awesome.
Yeah, it's really good.
It's the supports, I guess that there's yep, they're custom too. No, they're not.
The general supports aren't, but then the iconic top hat supports are.
Ah, yes, I see. I see. Very nice.
The general supports actually look quite on point as well. Like, there's not too much of a need to really replace them unless you want to make it 100% perfect.
Yeah.
What's the piece count on this though?
I'm checking it out at night if he has any. Oh, he has night lighting on this guy too.
Nearly 4,000 pieces. We probably couldn't do it.
Yeah, makes sense.
Station is very lit. Some of the track is lit. Doesn't need any more. It's kind of like how you see it in the real park too.
Yeah.
The lights that he has at the beginning. There's a new system that you can do with that where you can change all the colors to black, and then change the color on launch. Oh, I do mine anyway.
Huh.
Oh. Wait, you can actually change colors with triggers now?
Yeah. You can set all the lights to black, and then you can then change them to like, let's say green or red, and then green.
Huh, that's really cool.
You can make like the lights show up in daytime and nighttime.
Hey, web searcher, welcome to the stream. And Misha Grill, welcome. So, you guys up for a night ride? Gonna take it in seed view this time.
Give us a 3, 2, 1 countdown or something.
Okay, well, I'm going towards the launch. Okay, apparently a little bit longer time than I thought. Now, launching in 3 seconds. Here we go. Yeah, well, nice. It's a nice ride. It's very smooth.
Kevin says, I'm too tall for this. They have a ton of max height signs. I'm too tall for a lot of roller coasters, to be honest, but
Wait, can you really not try to just get on, or are they very strict with that?
Well, a lot of theme parks I've been to where they said I'm too tall. I was actually too tall for Red Force, I'm too tall for Stealth, for any of the intimate ones, to be
Wow.
honest. But to be honest, I kind of just like, when I get in the queue line, I just kind of lean forward slightly. Or I'll say that I've been on it a bunch of times before. They're okay.
Yeah, right.
I think it's more, it's not, you can't fit in the seats or anything. It's just, they say it's uncomfortable. That's all.
But
And
with a lot of coasters with lap bars, would it really be uncomfortable?
no, it's only the shoulder restraints are the ones that hurt.
Ah,
But
gorgeous
then this one
view.
has shoulder restraints, of course, because it has the King Naka trains.
This one has lap bars actually. And,
Oh yeah, no, like the Planet Coaster one.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I've always wondered why King Naka has all the shoulder restraints. It doesn't really seem necessary on a coaster like that. But oh
I
well.
think there is a restriction with like the law or whatever. Like in New Jersey, there's like a law that says that they have to have over restraints for that kind of height. Something stupid like that.
Yeah, the lawmakers definitely don't know anything about roller coasters then. God, that
Yeah.
sucks.
I think they also have it for any roller coaster that goes upside down has to have overhead restraints.
Oh, if your head goes over the back of the seat, you can't ride, is what Kevin says. Because then the launch could snap your neck. Yeah, that's worth it. Fuck that.
Don't care. YOLO.
I've been on. I ride Stealth. I ride Rita. I've ridden Red Force, and my neck goes slightly above the headrest on all of those, and they've never once said anything. Like I said, when I sit down, I kind of sink into my seat a little bit and lean forward a little bit. So
Yeah. Yeah, but also like those launches aren't that strong that it could snap your neck, I think.
no.
I don't think a roller coaster launch could really do that. Maybe Dodo Dompa. But like I don't think any of those launches could really be that dangerous. I feel like it's really just an over cautious safety precaution.
America's not Europe. Yeah, well, I mean, I wasn't tall when I went to. I don't know. I was alright on Cheetah Hunt. Cheetah Hunt is also the same. Um, you know, in America. So, I've got away with it many times. It's
Okay.
fine. It's not very busy there anyway, so. When it.
Keep on.
No, that's cool. I'm good.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, I really like this creation here or recreation. Fortunately, I haven't been there, but I assume he nailed it. Also, listening to you guys and people in chat, and it also gives me such a realistic vibe.
Yeah, same.
So, well done, Edgar. It's very well done. And there's only one thing here that needs billboards, and it's basically these small fire signs here, or what it is below here. So I guess.
Oh yeah, right. That's what you made me download that image for. God. No, I get it.
Okay. But yeah, guys, this Edgar with Accelerator. Was that what it's called? Yeah.
Yep.
Accelerator. All right.
That's really good.
Yes, it was awesome. Okay, moving on. This is not the
Skip.
coaster. Skip the big one, Silv, and go to the foresty one.
Oh my god, do we really have to do this?
I only picked it. Let's do it. Okay,
Oh,
guys.
no.
This is Oracle of Doom. With what is it called?
Mind Eraser, and he misspelled Vekoma. I'm calling you out
That
right
is
now,
that is
Oracle.
not acceptable, guys.
He spelled Vekoma Vacoma.
Aw.
It's okay. Mind Eraser, the one of the roughest SLCs there is.
So this is kind of a recreation, or is it inspired? Whoa, this doesn't look very safe.
That's so. There's a recreation, and if it doesn't look safe, it's a no.
No.
I think he tried to go for a recreation. Yes, it's a recreation from his home park coaster, kinda. LOL.
Okay.
He tried to go for it, but
So I assume it's only the coaster layout that is a recreation and not really the scenery.
yeah, just the coaster layout. Yeah.
Okay, so this is
So
the
he-
entry. We go through these pillars with lights on. We come up here in the back and we go on to the right. You know what? Instead of just testing it, let's just go for a first run on it, shall we, guys? It's just
I'm just gonna watch from a distance.
I'm
I'm gonna watch it go around once and then maybe get on it. I feel like that sounds good.
I'm writing it now. So embrace yourselves.
Alright, sure. I'll write it too.
Still haven't tried that one there is in Wallaby.
Oh, you don't need to try it, honestly.
No, it's this. It's the one that is also in Blackpool, isn't it?
Yeah.
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 Is it? Yeah. That's the first one actually. That's the original SLC.
Hey, Frana.
Yeah, at Wallaby.
Okay. Whoa!
I mean, he nailed the pain aspect of it.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it looks very rough and painful, but the layout also, from what I remember, is very correct. Ooh, those rolls are... ouch.
Yeah.
So I don't think he smoothed this layout at all, just for realistic purposes.
Yeah, I think so too. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, it does look like it.
That roll that
It's
goes
also very
through.
proportional. Like, I know in real life, personally, I always find the rolls to be the worst. Like the two hardline rolls in a row. It's not even hardline, so they're not hardline rolls. Inline twists, they're like the most painful part of the ride for me usually. But then the sea serpent roll is also brutal, and the transition from the sidewinder into that helix. God, like all of those painful bits definitely seem very painful on this one as well.
Have you been on the one at Energylandia?
Oh, that's amazing! Actually, I love it. It's smooth. I don't know what they did. Well,
the
I know what they
restraints,
did.
right?
Installed new trains.
Yeah, newer restraints are really good.
It's
You've been on.
No, I've been on a few that have been newer style ones. They're really good. My favorite one, I think Vekoma wise, like SLC, is Odyssey. You call it?
I can see that. Yeah.
That one's yeah.
Does it also have the newest trains?
They've updated it over time, so they got the newer trains now.
Cool.
Yeah.
That might actually be a good ride.
so
Very
there's
tall, actually.
so it's
you been in
worth
Kumasi?
riding.
Sorry, what did you say, Silv?
Have you been on Kumali?
I've been on Kumali, yeah.
That also seems kind of nice.
Yeah, that's quite fun. Flamingoland.
I would say the theming here is kind of dull, but there's not really. I mean, you don't really see a lot of theming on these rides, anyways, do you?
No,
much.
I guess it's a realistic kind of lack of theming.
Yeah.
His entrance is pretty accurate to the real one, though. To be honest.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
It's
Oh,
not
it's.
much, but it's.
I assuming it's a low budget park. Yeah.
Yeah, it's Elitch Gardens. The
Right.
one he's based off.
Oh yeah.
Right. It's the color scheme also from the real coaster.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
kind of ugly though.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to agree. But that's something out of his power, I suppose.
Yeah.
What the color scheme is quite similar to what Accelerator looked like before.
Actually, yeah. That's true. Just a little bit more saturated.
Okay.
But yeah, no, this looks good as far as SLCs can look good.
I'm gonna
I'm sorry.
I'm gonna ride it in the nighttime. You guys don't need to if you are fine with what.
Nah, I'm just gonna watch. And just...
Yeah, my bones are already hurting just watching it at daytime, from a safe distance.
Uh, Combat says put some water down and it's infusion. Yeah, you're kind of right.
Yeah, most SLCs have that standard layout.
Yeah.
I've been on the one at a place called Terra Mythica as well. They have one, also quite painful. I don't think I've been on an SLC that's actually smooth except the custom one. Like Odyssey, for example, that one like 170 feet tall or something like that. Pretty
Yeah,
tall
it's
for
almost hypercoast. It's insane.
yeah. And I've watched that thing stall on the Cobra roll.
Oh my god.
Oh damn.
That was pretty amazing.
How did they get evacuated?
Yeah, they had to get like a crane out.
Oh god.
But it stalled right in the middle of the Cobra roll. So like they weren't upside down or anything like that.
Yeah, right.
It was just high winds that one day. So and it's right on the beach too. So
Huh. Okay. Well, that was we gonna move on.
yeah.
Move on. Move.
Yeah, sounds good.
This was Oracle of Doom with the Mind Eraser.
And my mind has been erased.
Yeah.
Yep.
Mine too.
He achieved. He achieved the thing there. Okay. Okay. This
I really
one
like the
I've.
next one.
Yeah, I was about to say this one I've been looking forward to look through. This is Zip Lines, guys, with Supersonic. I'm not even looking at the sheet. I already know this is a Zip Lines creation.
And he said, what did he say?
Oh,
Nowadays,
damn.
the only way to pass the speed of sound. Oh, this is really difficult to read because spreadsheet. There we go. Nowadays, the only way to pass the speed of sound is to steal a jet or train to become a pilot, I guess. But what if you could simulate the experience, introducing supersonic, a coaster which is by no means the imagination supersonic, but it's just a exhilarating experience. What it's like to fly on Concorde, if Concords were piloted by 3-year-olds who had taken it for a joyride, and see for yourself what lies beyond the speed of sound, and it's supersonic.
Damn.
Interesting.
That's a
That was an
very
interesting
cool.
description.
Yeah, it's very cool. And just looking at this, it totally made sense. Everything you read and looking at the creation. This looks absolutely stunning. The station he did, that is so cool.
Yeah, this is really amazing. I love the scenery interaction with the coaster, like the supports of the coaster track going over the station with that arch is so beautiful.
It is, right? It looks awesome. And then the tilt he did on the roof both sides, so it's kind of like yeah, with the glass oh man. I don't
Yeah, this is, like the architecture is amazing. I love it.
I'm really into the aviation stuff as well, and this Concorde looks amazing.
and
Oh
it's
yeah.
I need to see where the queue goes.
Also, I like the thick spine on the first element there. That's really cool.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so the
And
queue
then
is here.
the way it goes through the tower, like the crooked tower there, is a really nice interaction as well. Just altogether, the scenery of this thing is beautiful, and not just on its own, but the way it interacts with the layout is really cool.
And then he built a freaking plane.
Yep.
Jesus.
That plane is amazing.
Also, I love how the launch track is on a runway. That's just such a cool touch.
I didn't even notice that until you mentioned it. Yeah. Oh, that's so cool. And the queue, did you see how the queue interacts above the station? It goes up above and then it stands like next to the airplane beneath it.
I don't
Oh
figure
yeah,
out where
yeah,
the
yeah.
queue starts.
It's left to the exit. And he has a clock
Oh,
in the
yeah,
middle of the station. Ah, that's even... Sublime, you did it again, man. Your creations is always so good.
I would.
Oh, I'm seeing it now, what you guys mentioned with the crooked tower, or what Silv said.
Yeah.
Oh, that's dope.
I wonder if it was taking any inspiration from like, is it X Flight? There's a B&M
Yeah.
that has the control tower that the coaster flies through like
Mm-hmm.
twice. So I wonder if it was inspired by that in any way.
Yeah, just in general, this reminds me of X-Flight a bit. Well, the theme, obviously. Also,
Amazing.
the sign in front of the station is really beautiful.
It,
Swiss,
it really
you're
is.
towards the end. Actually no. Oh, 2, 3,
And hi, Swiss.
7. 6 more to go until yours.
Okay, so let's ride it, guys.
All right.
I'm waiting for the test run here to get into the station.
I'm starting. Oh, mine's leaving. Just let me know when you guys are leaving the station.
Mine is entering the station now and leaves in a sec.
Okay. Yes, let us know when it leaves.
It leaves now.
Okay, then I'm leaving too.
Okay, here we go. Oh,
Very short launch track.
Haha,
It goes
sound.
partly over the loop. Wow, the lights. That's cool.
I think it looks cool in the nighttime too.
Yeah.
Oh,
Haha.
you got some Chick-fil-A, Swiss? Oh man,
That ending is a little bit.
crazy.
Yeah. It was piloted by a 3-year-old on the way in.
Yeah. Yeah, I can see that. There's not really enough space for a proper brake run at the end there.
Oh, nighttime, it looks amazing. The supersonic light, how it lights up the sign,
Oh, let me see.
looks so cool.
Oh yeah.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's amazing.
There we go. Oh
I
yeah.
just now noticed that this is actually using hypercoaster cars. I had no idea, but it looks cool.
It's such a cool shot when the coaster goes by the roof next to the sign as well.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, I really like the gradient lighting that he used on the sign.
Yeah, that's amazing. Just the way that it like slowly transitions between those different lights. Super cool.
I also like the little water fountain he did in the front. It adds that little extra touch,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
especially at night. It has that teal lighting. Super
Yeah,
cool.
the scenery is absolutely amazing.
For sure
Uh,
is.
And I know I'm just very much a coaster critic, but really the layout is my main criticism. The first half is super cool, like the first three elements, but then after that there are like a bunch of elements like the little airtime hills, which it takes really fast actually, which might be a bit uncomfortable, and like the final turn into the station is a bit rough there. But yeah, that aside, it's really cool.
And I think what would fix that is just have some trim places
Yeah,
if you could.
yeah, you could probably actually like smooth out the element after the Immelman into like a sweeping curve with trims as you go up or down on it,
Yep.
which would probably make the rest of the layout much more comfortable. But yeah, that aside, I don't want to rain on the parade. Like, it's really great, and like the scenery is amazing.
Yeah, he definitely nailed that. I can't really put anything on that part. Um, I want to give it one more right here at night, just because I want to see those lights
I love
at the
I
start.
love this. I love the sound effect it makes on the launch too.
Yeah, that wouldn't be in-game sounds though. Never know we had those.
Yeah, it came with the studios pack, I think.
Ah, right. Yeah, the animation of those lights is awesome. I didn't even know you could. I didn't even know you could do that with these little lights.
Yeah, that's what I was talking
Wow.
about. How you change it to black and then to color.
So you can change it to any color you want, or
Yeah.
really?
Yep.
How does that work?
So
Okay,
you
sorry. I just need to go off topic on this. I'm really interested.
you set a sequence, put a sequencer down, and then you pick one of the lights that you can change colors on. Like that. If he uses square lamps, and then I think if you click on one of the square lamps, actually, you can see that there's a sequencer that's highlighted,
Oh yeah.
and you'll see on there that we had it set to when you click on each lamp and you click on the little three dots, there should be a thing that it says on there like change color on trigger, and then restore color on trigger.
Ah,
Activate.
yeah.
Yeah.
Play on trigger, and then it has a bunch of stuff connected to it. Interesting.
Yep.
Ah. So theoretically, you could use these little lights to make like an LCD screen and then change colors on trigger and make an animation on a screen.
Yeah, you could.
Holy shit. You could make Planet Coaster videos in Planet Coaster. Okay, that's a far fetch. But
Well, you can.
I'm just discovering this for the first time. But it looks amazing. The lights on the runway are really cool.
Yeah, did you see the airplane burst fire when it goes by it?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, that's really cool.
That's cool. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So we're getting a sneak peek of what Silver's gonna work on next.
Oh, no.
Animation in Planet Coaster.
Planet Coaster the movie.
That sounds like too much effort.
You think?
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, Trooper Matthew just said Floss did a color changing coaster actually. Yeah, I remember she did the water coaster too, where it turned everything to gold.
Right.
You can not only just do it with lights, you can do it with objects too. So you can change like castle walls, so they can change color throughout the ride.
What? Wow.
Yeah, so you can change every scenery item more or less. That can change any scenery item that can change color. You can change the color like using triggers. So
That's crazy.
if you really wanted to, you could actually make the Disney castle and have it change colors from different scenes from the fireworks show, without having to like think of how you're gonna project it onto the castle.
Right.
There's so many ways of doing things. Yeah, it's crazy.
Huh.
I mean, I don't play with the trigger, so I don't know half of what's going on with the trigger thing in the game.
Yeah, it
I like
triggers me just thinking about it.
I like this shop he did here, the Blast Pad Diner.
I think I know what would improve this coaster a lot. Like that launch, I think the launch is too intense for that first inversion.
Yeah, the launch is a little bit too fast, but then halfway through the layout, I think you also need some trims to slow down the second half.
Yep.
But yeah, that's the main issue, I think.
Okay. So you guys, you have anything more you wanna point out? Should we proceed?
Well, one thing that I really like is the really creative use of pieces here and their textures. So the use of temple pieces to build the runway and all of the concretes. And then the same goes for all of the tiny little temple pieces that make up the roof of the station. That's super cool.
Yeah, I agree on that part. I really, really like the architecture he did on the station. That's absolutely gorgeous. I was thinking here, the plane itself is 1,300, and I think that's something he had beforehand that he wanted to do something with. So
Uh-huh.
I think he's been very limited from the start already, because if that already was 1,300 pieces he
Yeah.
used, so he did good for sure. But
Yeah, really just up to the piece count limit. Damn.
oh yeah, is it actually? I didn't even check how much it
Yeah,
was.
it's 3,998.
And the two others is the two signs that come with it that I deleted. So yeah, Sublimes, you did awesome work here, man. Awesome work. Keep it up, man. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, Supersonic by Sublimes. Very good. All right, moving on to this bad boy. So now you go a little bit right, and then you go way back to the station to this guy. So
All right, so this one. Let's see what he said about this one.
yeah, did I place this? No, I didn't place this too much down. Should be exactly
Okay,
what
so
I need.
this one is called Redshift, and it's made by Neon Fever.
Yeah.
And he said Redshift is a air launch coaster inspired by Max Force at Six Flags. Wait, did he put Magic Mountain? Because that's not right.
Yeah. Didn't Magic Mountain get the West Coast Racers?
Yeah. He put Magic Mountain, but I think isn't this one like New England?
I'm
got
not
no.
entirely sure.
I'm not too sure. Anyway, at Six Flags, with a top speed of 113 miles per hour, an average speed of 87 miles an hour, and what would be the fastest inversion in the world? He's saying, fully custom supports except for the brake run and station. This coaster has a large footprint.
You don't
No
say.
kid. And has decorated cube beneath the station as well.
Decorated queue.
Huh. Interesting.
Decorative queue.
Yeah, underneath the station, it's got like a car and stuff.
Okay,
Like
now
a
I'm
little
more.
workshop.
Okay.
Don't know how you get to the queue and how the queue starts. But
Well, to me, all of a sudden, it just looked like I placed it totally wrong, but I can see I did place it right, I guess. Just looks weird without pathing and stuff. But I'm not gonna do a test run, I'm just gonna go on this right away, because there's legit not much to look at, so...
yeah, let us know when you're leaving the station. I'm gonna write it in track view or bumper view.
Yeah, same here, and I am leaving the station now. And hey, Web Searcher and Fricker and Mitten, Mr. Nines. Welcome to the stream, guys. Oh, what?
Well, this thing is absolutely amazing. Oh, I'm already going through the first element.
Yep.
It's actually quite smooth.
Yeah, it's very smooth, yeah. Oh, there's a few bumps here and there, but overall it's shaped really well.
Yeah. It's fast.
last inversion must be insane.
Yeah. That looks a bit too fast, actually.
Yeah, I was about to say that. It's
I'm actually gonna see what the
stats.
heat map says. Yeah, the heat map for that speed of that inversion. Oh,
Oh yeah, that'd be interesting.
The results is quite okay, actually.
Yeah.
okay. So, oh, it just disappeared again.
4 inversions.
Oh wow, it's fast. Jeez.
Yeah, it's so fast. 181 kilometers per hour. That's also just when you just look at it going around it, it's insane how fast it goes.
Yeah. It's really
I'm gonna
crazy.
I'm gonna translate into miles per hour for a second. So 130 miles an hour, which is the main launch. That inversion does it around 80 miles an hour. Ow.
Wow.
When you think of max force, I think max force's inversion is 60 miles an hour. So I know it probably could do it, but it's still pretty intense.
Yeah.
G-force wise, 5.75 G's vertical G's. Just I know that the G-forces in this game are a little bit off. A little bit.
Yeah.
So it pulls around 5 G's at the bottom of the first drop.
Just look at that speed it comes with there. It's crazy.
Actually, going up the first
I'll just say,
element
ah,
That makes
is the
sense.
G-force section. But on
I
that
mean, yeah, there
inversion,
are a few parts that are a little bit unsmooth and maybe a bit too fast realistically, but the layout looks absolutely beautiful. Like the way that it's overall this out and back layout is made and the support work on it is just fantastic.
yeah, that first airtime hill too. I just love how that rides when you're riding it.
Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
It's really cool.
but
I
Yeah, I
also
like
it,
this
love
one.
the very thick supports. They seem very SNS like. This actually reminds me a lot of all of those air compressed coasters in China, which also have like the red track, white support color scheme.
Oh yeah, I know which one you're
And
talking
I
about.
always forget their names because they have really weird names, but it really reminds me of those coasters.
I know which one. I also don't know the names,
same.
but I do know which one you're talking about. I think
Oh,
like
you've got like STC thrust and then some number of something in
that's
Happy
right.
Valley.
That's right. Happy Valley, yeah. Wix is like, yeah, I know, yeah,
What?
yeah.
No, I
But
was
yeah, the
just.
supports on this are amazing. They're really great.
I would. If I would, I would just maybe like next time. Now when the layout is that big, maybe just try decorate just some of the launch and some of like the brake section or like before it enters the station. It,
or
he
or
could
send
spice
or
it up a
send it
little
in.
bit.
Send it
Uh,
in a park folder or something, like
yeah, I'd rather do that than just this. Um,
for something this size, I would like to see it in a park and how you do
Oh
like
yeah.
just
for
terrain and
sure.
fences and stuff.
Oh yeah, it would look so much better in a park, for
Yeah,
sure.
just like your own terrain work and painting and stuff on the floor. Like it didn't have to be much. You could literally put gravel around in some of the sections just to tidy it up and make it less plain. But as for a coaster, I think you did a really good job. Like Silv said, I think there's some sections that are pretty bumpy. I think it's the turns, some of the
Yeah.
snappy turns that it has. It's quite you can feel that you use the 4 meter method there, and
Actually, I don't think it was 4 meter methoded. I think it's just going so fast that it seems like it was all 4 meter. But yeah, I don't think so. The track pieces are decently long. But yeah, you can definitely tell the transitions
oh
with
yeah,
the
they are. Yeah.
banking.
What about if he auto completes some of those sections? Would that fix that?
It might actually, yeah.
What in? There's actually night light or nighttime
I
on
won't
this.
recommend anyone to use the 4-meter method because it's absolutely grueling. But
There is some nighttime lights in. What the heck is going on
What
here?
what is going on here? What is
I
What?
this?
kind I kind of I kind of dig it in some ways. Like the main structure, the main like um the
It's
first element, it's very overset. Like the colors are very uh, it's very bright. I would have gone for a much darker red and kind of lower that the saturation down.
I'm sorry to say this, but I'm just getting a little bit like why, like the section here where you have between the orange and blue, it kind of annoys me a little bit that there's nothing there now.
Mm-hmm.
Um, you could maybe just have put some like continue with the lighting or just something because to me it just feels a little bit off now that some parts are heavily lit and then some is just dark, and especially when it's these sort of bright colors he used. Uh,
Yeah,
but I mean,
I
that's just
agree. It's it's a bit of a hit or miss, the lighting.
yeah. It's kind of like he didn't know what to do, so it was just like fuck it, just gonna use all lights, all colors.
Yeah.
Like a Japanese roller coaster decided to add a bunch of lights in an area.
Like what is these three lights here
You
at
know what
the
I mean, though,
end?
right? Like,
It's like a
um,
green, neon green, teal, and then like orange, like here at the end. But why?
yeah, I think what Christine said, like, she likes the red and the white on the first section, and I
Mm-hmm.
think if it was just that, then that would be okay. Oh,
Yeah.
that turnaround section is okay, but anything else in between, like, doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
No, it doesn't. But let's try ride it in nighttime. Maybe it looks different when you ride it with the lighting. I don't know. Hey, Dutch Ton, welcome, and DVC, welcome as well, and Zeldrin. Sorry, guys, a little bit slow here.
Also, yeah, the one red support is cool. The way that, it's red just because it doesn't have a separate connector piece to connect up to the supports. That's interesting.
They got fireworks going off. I didn't know that.
Did he?
Yeah, on the launch, if that shoots fireworks off the top of it.
Oh,
Huh.
I'm seeing that now. Yeah.
On the top of what?
On top of the first hill.
Combat.
Oh, yeah. That's a neat touch. Oh, but yeah, I love those supports.
Yeah, the supports are really cool. Damn, it's fast. Totally forgot that.
And this really looks like the way that the layout looks very much like an SMS air launched coaster.
Woo.
Welcome to the chat, Fog. Nice to see you in here.
Yeah, man. Long time no see. Okay, that was. I mean, it's a very, very decent layout. But it's just it's just the lighting. But like, of course, I can just go in daytime and then I don't have to see on it, look at it. So there you go. But yeah, I would just now when you did upload it as a blueprint, I would just probably just use an hour or two just to fill up a little bit more stuff here around the this little main thing. Maybe so at least a little bit of pretty stuff to look at.
Yeah, either that or just upload it into a park file and then do all that realistic scenery around the ride that you would normally do, and then just submit it to us when it's got some extra stuff.
Yeah, I mean, totally.
Because I do like the coaster layout itself. The coaster is great. Like like an extended version of Maxwell's.
Oh, why am I saying with the pieces? I'm
Yeah.
stupid. It's like the supports are like almost 3,000 pieces alone.
Yeah, that support work is intricate.
Yeah, so I assume now that's why he doesn't have so much stuff in the front. Because he don't have the pieces for it. But that's again what Pretzl say, like then just upload it as a park file next time. Because we also look at the coaster
Yeah.
parks that are just dedicated to a park instead of blueprints. So
Oh, sorry. By the way, Pretzel, I found out what the coaster I was thinking about is called. I got it almost right, but looking at the name, I don't think I would have ever been able to remember that. It's called OCT Thrust SSC 1000. That's the name of the coaster. Oh God. How do you explain that to people? Like,
That is a Happy Valley, though, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
And then there's another very similar coaster called Bullet Roller Coaster.
That was easy.
Yeah, that's much easier. But OCT Thrust SSC 1000. That's one hell of a name. God.
I do want to ride that one.
But
yeah,
this
that's
coaster reminds me a lot of OCT Thrust. Let's just call it that. What does that even mean? What is
OD.
is this like OCT Thrust? I'm so confused.
Well, let's move along to the next one here. This was who was this from again? Neon Feather.
This is it's Neon Feather, yep, and this was Redshift.
All right. All right, moving on. Remember the links to all the blueprints, guys, will be in the description after the stream. So there's one more here which I thought we might find interesting. A little bit of steampunk stuff for the next creation we're gonna look at here. Silv and Pretz.
Yep.
All right, so this one's made by Haplo, and this is the Tesla Steampunk Coaster. And he said, oh, it's pretty simple. Steampunk themed Hop the Gaps coaster is in less than 4K blueprint. Sign is a separate building.
Yeah, and look at that sign. Holy cow, look at that font. Wow.
Yeah, I have no idea how he even did this. Honestly.
What is that noise that's coming from this ride?
Crazy.
It's the engine thrusters thing.
It's the Tesla coils, I suppose.
Yeah, those.
It's kind of cool, actually.
I really like the sign thing he did here. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's really nice.
How much is this
that
sign?
font must have taken a lot of work to write.
I know Haplo. He's very good with signs, but this is definitely one of his good fonts. Very cool. Okay, I'm gonna go away from this sound a bit now, and then look at this steampunk
Sound.
station. I like the glass work he did with the metal gears.
Yeah. The combination of glass and iron is really cool.
Oh, I love it, man.
I like the glass that's used to slightly color stuff in a brassy color. That's really cool.
Yeah. I also love all the trim work that we got, like, in the latest packs in Planko. It really helps to frame the glass very nicely, especially for steampunk.
Oh, yeah.
I'm doing that in my own park a lot, so.
See a bunch of hidden Mickey's.
Yeah, we've gotten more and more Victorian stuff. This is really nice.
This is very cool. Fun choice of coaster for this theming. But it also mainly looks like it's mainly the front, and the coaster is mainly just
You know,
the coaster.
take my hat off to him though, because I mean, like, normally when people would take on this kind of theme, they would go with like a steel coaster or something crazy.
Yeah.
And he was like, screw it, I'm just gonna make a hop the gaps ride because no one ever uses his ride, so screw it.
Yeah,
But
I
I think
can.
it, actually thematically it makes sense because if you look at it, this is one of the rare coaster types that was already around in the Victorian era and in the time steampunk would supposedly be inspired by. So in that sense, this is one of the steampunkiest coasters there are.
True, that's very true. Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that.
These Tesla coils everywhere, they look amazing.
Yeah, he used the. Is it the cable things? What are they called? The coiled electric cable. Yeah. And then he plays the. Is it the moon? Is that the. Back to the Future? Yeah, Back to the Future.
Yep. Right. And then use cables as well. The electric cables to make a circle of them.
Like this little cage over here too, he did. Alright, well, should we take it for a spin?
Oh, I've already done that.
Oh, I'm just slow here. I'm gonna take it for a spin and then we check the stats afterwards. Let's go seat view. Here we go.
It's a very fast lift hill.
Oh yeah. But it is true what you say about this coaster, though. I mean, it's literally not a lot you see of this coaster type. Not a lot of people used it or make blueprints with them. So I kind of see why he went this way.
I think it's because you're quite limited to what you can do, unless you disable the coaster. Then you can do whatever you want, but.
Alright. Ridden it. It's not super it's not super intense. It's like a fun little layout.
I love the layout at nighttime.
Just gonna look into the station a bit. I didn't get a good look in there.
That's a good idea.
Oh, I like this little contraption he did here too with some more Tesla coil-ish or what it is. Looks more like barrels maybe, some sort.
Like batteries?
Could be. Oh yeah, batteries. That's probably what it is. Yeah. That's probably what it is. And then a little bit of stuff here. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, and then you've got like the whole ride basically being one giant Tesla coils with those two giant spheres with the electricity effects around it.
Yeah,
good eye. I see that now.
I see it makes sense. Yeah, yeah. Okay, what I said before. But did he use all? I bet he used all pieces, right?
4K, do you reckon? Yeah, I think he said 4K.
Oh,
no, it's 3,602.
Huh.
Yeah. So he has.
Those are rookie numbers. You gotta crank those up.
Yeah, he had 400 pieces. He could have filled it up with some clutter here or something. Some areas.
Yeah.
I mean, it is steampunk. You can go a little bit messy sometimes.
Yeah, a little bit of shrubbery here and there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Maybe some of those like newspapers and such.
Yep.
Would look pretty good.
You can make one more contraption.
Already looks good.
Oh yeah, for sure. I'm just always see if you could have added more if you had more pieces.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I agree.
But yeah, it is cool. I like the fencing he did around it too with the arches. You see, those were the arches I was talking about from the vintage pack. I didn't see any one of those actually in Volvara, which surprised me because it's such a good piece for that, you know. So it's quite amazing you managed to not use that piece.
I mean, it is kind of recent, and I guess I never really built anything similar. Although in hindsight, I don't know where I would have used it really. It works best for stuff like this, like
Yeah.
framing, fences, things like that.
Oh, I'm looking at nighttime now. Very cool. Oh, the sign is also like a little bit flickery. That's cool. You would have opened up the station, Christine. So it wasn't so low to the roof, make the inside a little bit more open and taller, let in some air. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But then he
Yeah,
had
that's
to... I think he had to hide all this away then. What is he using this for, by the way? Oh. Hablo, you know there is a clean piece of this, so you don't need all the rubble underneath the roof here. So, just FYI, so you know that.
Yeah.
Because that's probably why you did it, to hide away. That it looked a little bit ugly if you looked up on the roof. I mean, I'm okay with it being a little bit low to the roof. I kind of like it. It feels nice with the iron girders kind of like supporting it, and yeah.
Yep, I like this. It's nice.
I'm gonna take a night ride here now. It's almost on the lift. There we go. I get what you're saying, Combat. I can see that.
Oh yeah. Yeah, makes sense. But a bunch of clutter, just random stuff, barrels and crates, and
Yeah,
stuff
yeah.
lying around it, just to make it all feel a bit more lived in. I think would be a nice touch.
For sure. I mean, he even kept the main, like, he could maybe have, I don't know, added a few pipes maybe going from the building, crossing through the coaster here or something, making it like a little tunnel the coaster go under. I don't know, I'm just brainstorming stuff, but something like that, you know, doesn't need to block the view in some sort, just tiny things to add that clutter.
Mm-hmm.
But it
Alright.
looks dope though. I like it.
Yeah, we're at the 2-hour mark.
Oh my.
Yeah. Let's keep going.
We talk too much.
No, it's okay though, right?
The one thing I want to say that's notable, I think, is the pipe works. They've got some interesting flanges that are used there, like slightly bigger flanges than you would need for these pipes to overemphasize them a bit. And then on the parts where they connect to the ground or the wall, you've got a bunch of flanges stuck together of different sizes to make these connecting pieces, which I think looks really interesting.
Yeah, that's true. Gives it a little bit more rough feeling.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, good job, Pablo. Very nice work here. And also the sign is freaking phenomenal. That font is just
Oh yeah.
wow. Good job. That would be cool if you actually added that font to the workshop. But I don't know, that would probably take you some time to do all the lettering. But just for an afterthought, maybe. Alright. Pablo's, what was it called? Tesla?
I need to go back to where it was.
I guess, yeah. That's what the sign says.
Yeah, Tesla Steampunk Coaster, yeah.
Okay. Alright. So that was the coasters for today, guys. So now we're just gonna go over to the ride skins and shop skins and scenery bits. And this is kind of like the quick overview here of what you guys can see we're missing. So we're gonna get through it. Anyways, last time you saw a creation of Combat Wombat, and he just extended it and made an even bigger one, an awesomer one. This is the Imperial. Let me see. I need to go down the list here. The Imperial Pavilion by Combat Wombat.
Ooh.
Indeed, I need to open up the ride in here. So we actually get some. Come on, there we go. Is there anything?
Oh. I actually thought it was like a double decker one at first.
I actually think that his goal was to make it a double decker, but for some weird reason, I think no. Why do I say weird? It's the pathing tool in this game that didn't allow him to do what he wanted.
Oh, yeah, I can see that.
So I think he just scrapped it, but just still kept the structure, but just decorated the inside instead.
Yeah.
So, but he did achieve to put a bigger carousel in though, and not the smaller one.
It's
Yeah, and
very
I have to
nice.
say the interior is, I think, probably my favorite part about this blueprint. It's really cool. The whole symmetrical
Oh yeah! Wow.
scenery on the ceiling on the interior is super cool.
I'm
That-
gonna ride it.
That
Sure.
that I like that they put mannequins on this too. By the way, like they would ever do that in real life on a carousel like this.
It's a bit unrealistic, isn't it? Because they put adult mannequins on there.
Yeah, that too even. But yeah, let's look. Oh, he even made it makes perfect with the like golden connection he has in the middle of the roof there. But yeah, I think also I should say the inside is really, really cool.
Yeah.
It's so inviting. And then we have the second floor here. And also here he kind of like, he thought everything out that everything kind of like connects with each other. Like the two towers on the middle have this bridge. I like the color scheme too. And dome is special. I like that he wanted to try give that sort of, so it's kind of like a glass roof.
Mm-hmm.
Works
Oh
very
yeah,
well.
I see now. It's made out of Gothic windows.
Yeah. Fairly nice trimmed.
That must have been tough.
Yeah. How big is this? How many pieces? It's 3,500 pieces. I'm gonna check it out at night.
Does it have lighting?
Yes, it has. Has some nice lighting. Kind of feels like a cake, right?
Yeah. I was about to say, it's a bit like a wedding cake.
Yeah.
It reminded me of the Tower of Babylon as well.
That's right, yeah.
I can see that, yeah.
I was trying to think of what it was called for a second.
That's really, really cool. I like that he used different kind of lighting on the different layers or levels.
Oh yeah.
Kind of makes it more stand out, don't you think? And then have this very dark orange dome looking.
Yeah.
Yep. I like it. It could actually be a good centerpiece for a park.
Yeah, it's a very good weenie.
Indeed. Indeed it is, and you even have a ride inside it. Yeah.
Right inside the weenie.
Ride in Okay.
Alright, moving on.
Moving on. This was the Imperial Pavilion, guys. By the Combat Wombat. And even used the new Ghostbusters lanterns, by
Oh,
the way,
really?
too.
Huh.
Yeah, they're hanging inside. What's going on with my mouse right now? I didn't notice those, but yeah, they're hanging like in the outside of...
Oh yeah.
I really love those chandeliers.
Yeah, they're great. You can also tell that, like, as the game progresses, Frontier is getting better at scenery.
Oh, damn
think
straight.
Well,
Yeah.
the objects look much better than what the game came with.
Oh, yeah. For sure. Okay, why is it so... My Planko is doing weird stuff. I have this super laggy game right now. Okay, That was Combat's Imperial Pavilion.
All right. So that was the weenie.
That was the weenie
Um,
of them all.
and now we're looking at a different type of wheat now. All right. So next one is web searches, and this is the serpent's barge. And he said, I made this some time back. And the reason I entered it is to show that this is the entire reskin of the ride. If you place the vanilla victory ride next to it, you'll see that I covered up all the stonework to within
Oh,
pixel.
I see
Yeah, this
that.
looks super cool. I
That's-
love the snakes on the outside, made out of Christmas baubles. That's insane. And
Yeah.
the roots leading up to the pillars of the pirate ship are a really nice touch too.
Another person that uses the Christmas baubles, but not their intention.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, that is one hell of a serpent. Or whatever it is. Dragon. Damn, that's neat. And it goes very well with the Viking ship too.
Oh, yeah, this is a Viking ship? Damn.
Yeah. Yeah, he reskinned the entire thing to even.
Yeah, I didn't even know that. Yeah, it just works like this, yeah.
I want to see it in motion.
And I love the trim work he did. That looks very cool. Yep, we're gonna check it out at night. Gonna check it out at night. Ooh, wait, this is gonna be a bit longer stream than usual. I'm so sorry, guys. Ooh, nighttime is good. Very nice atmosphere here. Ha! He. Never actually noticed this song.
That's kind of cool, actually.
Yeah. Oh, oh, oh. Yeah, that's awesome. I like this. I love the shininess those baubles give on that creature. What were you saying,
Yeah,
Sil?
the texture is just right for it.
And then
I
we
like
just...
I like the branches holding up the supports.
Yeah, that looks really cool too. I just love that he actually took the time to actually skin all the woodwork and put water beneath here too.
If you were to upload this without the actual queue, it would still stand alone be
Yeah.
amazing.
I was about to say, the queue is a nice addition, but I feel like a version without the queue would also be a really good add because it's just such a perfect minimalistic cover-up of the in-game pirate ship.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Very cool, Web. Did a good job here. I can't even remember you did this, to be honest. So, awesome work. Those web searchers. Serpent's Barge.
I really like it.
Yep.
That was great.
Moving
Moving
on.
on. Yep.
Moving on. Okay. So we're gonna look at something pretty cool. I've seen this before, but she sent them in and I thought we should give them a look. This is the Atlantis underwater tunnel by Rohana.
Wow. I love
Yeah.
it.
I know, right? And she even made them in sets so you can make your own. That's what the cool thing about is about this.
And she actually said that she was trying for an underwater area and missed the underwater tunnels from Roller Coaster Tycoon 3. So she made these.
Huh.
Yeah, these are really nice.
See, and then you can just extend them like this. And then you have a underwater tunnel. Wow. That's just perfect. I want to see these at night. Good night, Combat. Sleep well, man. Thanks for stopping by.
Yep. Thank you.
Good night. I really like the use of colors actually. The color scheme with the purple and turquoise-ish blue
Yeah.
and orange is really nice.
And the little patterns on the floor too. They're really nice. Yes.
Yeah, and everything has a slight sea theme to it, right? Because the patterns make little seashells,
Mm-hmm.
and then the patterns on the shapes of the roofs themselves are like waves. That's really nice.
Yeah, this is...
Just altogether, like the use of color is really great on this.
I also love the addition she did to the ceiling with the festive lights. Like, if you look up, looks so cool having these different kind of lights.
Mm-hmm.
And the lily pads on the windows. The seaweed kind of hanging down the side as well. Um,
And also one
Yeah.
here used the baubles as something for not Christmas.
Yeah.
got
I'm not
cupcakes on
even
the side.
entirely sure what it is, but it looks good.
Yeah, I think it's just some sort
Is
of
it
a
is
seaweed plant.
it that or
I guess,
coral?
yeah.
It's supposed to be like.
I feel like they're like imitating flower beds in real life, like hanging flower vases, but then because it's underwater, it's, you know, underwater looking, but it has the same kind of feeling.
True.
Yeah, this is amazing, Rohana.
Yeah, this is awesome. I love this.
I don't think
I,
there's anything that you've made that isn't amazing, but this is amazing.
yeah, and she always thinks out of the box.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh, quite amazing. Ooh, how much
Really like
pieces
these.
are these? Just like
I just
one
now noticed
section.
the gem pieces, of course.
Um,
This is a good use of the gem pieces.
It is indeed.
so the biggest one is 1.8, and then the one to the left is 1.2, and all the little ones in between they're like like round about 200, and yeah, 400 for the one for the gems in the middle as well. It's not too bad. I mean, it would be quite piece count heavy after a while. Use
Oh
quite a lot
yeah,
of these,
but if
but
you also have to place it underwater-ish, then...
yeah, it shouldn't matter really because once the terrain blocks out, right?
Mm-hmm.
It
And
does.
those seashell slams she did is awesome too.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yep.
should we proceed? The next one I'm
Here
looking
we
forward to look. This was Rohana's Atlantis underwater tunnel.
Is this a poison blade one I'm seeing?
Of course it is. And this looks so cool. I mean, the first part here, but this is for his Theonopolis park. And yes, this is the planetarium by Poison Blade.
It's
Oh,
amazing. Yeah.
this is incredible.
Just the inside. I
I
was
just
looking at these books, right? And I was like, this is not the books we have in game. And then I clicked on it, and apparently these are pixelated bookshelves and books.
Ah.
You see, the books has so much more texture.
Yeah.
They're pretty dope.
oh.
Interesting. Well, that's a good choice. I mean, yeah, they are better than the in-game ones, let's be honest.
Yeah, these are for sure.
Although
And
they'll lag up your game a bit more, probably, as well.
oh man, all this solar system he did here, or how we can call it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like
it's very cool.
the universe. And all the different sort.
It's just one solar system, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, it looks really nice. Although I have to say, I feel like my favorite part about this, and I don't know, this maybe sounds really lame, but it's just the different combinations of colors and textures. It's very subtle, but it looks really good. The shades of brown for the bricks that are used, and then the way it complements the colors for the pillars and everything, just really nice.
I really like the little tables around the outside, and each one has something different on it, like how are these rocks floating?
Yeah, I'm
And
looking at the same thing now. What is this? He put some different Easter eggs. Keep fire close. Plant might be dangerous.
that's
What?
cool, and
Oh,
the
wait.
The
and the sun's
stars are
spreading out,
changing.
and there's just a dead person on the table.
Hmm.
I like how you used cornerstones to make the pillars on the sides. Like I wasn't recognizing those pieces, but that's a really brilliant way to combine different cornerstones together to make square pillars.
Oh, right, I see that, yeah. Yeah, that's very clever.
It gives the texture a sense of 3D because you really get the grooves in between the bricks.
And that the golden, like half-built dome he did. Very cool.
Nighttime looks really nice when you're inside the building looking up at the solar system.
Let me check it out.
Oh yeah.
The
Oh,
gold just
wow.
shines.
Yeah, that's very, very cool. Wow.
Another thing where I wish there was motion.
How,
Yeah.
how about that?
Yeah, this is super nice.
How do these rocks float? I have no idea why they float.
Also, good job on making the planets look quite round, even though they are made up of a bunch of golden pieces stuck into each other.
How many pieces is it? Oh my, no, it's marbles.
Yeah,
Huh.
that's
Okay.
insane.
Yeah.
A bunch of Christmas baubles trying to make up a sphere.
Damn.
Really difficult.
It is. Yeah, this is absolutely amazing work again, Poison.
And this is bang on 4,000 pieces.
Yep. Okay. Let's move along.
Shall we move on?
Yeah.
Okay.
This was Poison Blades with the Planetarium. All right. So here we have these guys. Mine.
This one is made by Swiss, and these ones are the Disneyland submarine from Disneyland. Yeah.
Whoa, really?
Yeah. These are the submarines that you see for the Finding Nemo ride at
Ah,
Disney, and
Okay. Damn.
these look amazing.
Swiss is just all in with the accurate scale, with the scale
Wait a
and
second.
realistic. Is there people
This
inside?
yeah.
Oh, he even did stuff inside.
wait.
No, wait.
I'm really confused. Is there a track underneath here?
Yeah, he made the track himself.
No. There's like a steamboat, a steamboat track that
What?
he used. You know the boat ride, the steamboat.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
He used that track, but had no station.
I thought actually it was made by just custom made. I didn't look closer when I placed it down. Huh.
Yeah, he made like the custom like wheels and stuff for it,
Smart.
but used the track from that ride. Oh, that's cool. I was really confused for a second. He got me again.
But man, this is spot on.
Yeah. As far as I can tell, anyway. I like that.
Interior.
Like it's made out of art pieces largely, but it doesn't look as fake and plastic as sometimes it does. Like all of the little details really give it a sense of realism.
Oh, yeah.
I
So
like these.
true. Did you guys notice that if you go underneath water, they're both like colored? It's only like the top here that is like yellow,
Oh yeah,
just at the water.
true.
Makes sense though.
Yeah. I just thought it was fun though. I'm like it. You don't really see that it's a different color underneath.
I mean, they are practically exactly the same boat anyway, right? Just
Yeah,
just the colors that are different.
pretty much. But I think the interior is different. Yeah, interior wise, it's different. It's actually kind of cool. We can go in here without actually being in the water, or that just feels like there's no water in here.
Yeah, that's just because Planet Coaster's water is not that good.
Yeah, I like the Nautilus interior better than the Seagull one.
Yeah, I agree. But both of them have really nice interiors.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I don't know. I kind of like the yellow one to be honest. I kind of like the blue seat. But I don't feel like I'm confined in a really sharp space. But then again,
Oh, there's also there should be some nighttime lighting.
yeah.
Mine. Do you hear
Oh,
that?
So I don't know if you guys have the same, but on the how do you pronounce this again? Like the red buoy, the floaty thing.
Yeah.
Uh,
There are some there. I've got a bunch of birds sitting on there. Oh wait, there are scenery birds. Never
yeah,
mind.
yeah.
Yeah. Mine.
Oh, that's really
Mine.
cool.
Mine. 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 That's what
Mine.
it's referred to. From Finding Nemo, the seagulls. When
Is this actually straight from the movies as well? Because I feel like I recognize this thing.
um
I can't
um,
remember to be honest.
yeah, me neither. I know that they have it like at the park
Yeah.
But
in
he
California.
even had a light
Looks great
inside
anyway.
too. Yeah, this is so cool, man. Very cool, Swiss. I know this is to your Tomorrowland park you're working on. Thing would fit perfectly. So so sweet, dude. Love this super detailed
Oh
sub you did
yeah.
here.
Also, welcome to the chat, Fisherman and Wookiebush
Yeah, welcome guys.
and Cliff Carlson as well.
Yeah, this is so good. I love this. And after we got those support pieces into the game, right, and got those what are they called now? Uh, the coaster supports, small flange, or what they're called, I don't know.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
flange. Yeah.
Yeah, those are so good for making these kind of windows and stuff. Uh, I've used supports, the support pieces in game, but I never actually made them for support a coaster on.
Hmm.
Uh,
Makes sense. Yeah, they're so versatile.
yeah, but anyways, this is absolutely masterful, Swiss. Did a good job here. Incredible work. Even that you can have the scale of a person, having them sit here.
All
Amazing.
right.
Yep.
Uh, flying through it now. Next up is Forana's, and it is uh Forana's Fantasy Spire Roof 1. It's just a scenery piece.
Yeah, here we have to look aside from the block of the big block building or like pillar and just look at the spire
Yeah.
because that's what she sent in. And my God,
So she said that this is a little teaser for the other spires. She goes, I'm going to make it. I'm going to make it's based on one of the spires of Symbolica at Efteling.
Mm.
I can
Yeah,
see
it's
that.
mostly impressive how much work went into this. I remember she worked on this for like a whole evening. And I mean, it's one spire and 3,000 objects. That's absolutely insane.
Ooh-wee.
Like, just how tight it is, how all of the little pieces fit together and it doesn't clip and it all follows perfectly the curve of the spire. It's just, it's too good.
You're right. You're right.
Like
This is
even
all.
if you look down, like if you look up, if you like go take the camera down underneath the spire and then you look up, you can see the way that all of the little shingles overlap each other. It is too much.
Oh yeah! Wow. this is quite incredible.
I don't know if she can keep up the same level of detail for the other spires, to be honest. Because I mean, I know that this is based on one of the Symbolica spires, but the other spires are even more intricate than this one.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, this is I don't think you can really build a more accurate recreation than this. This is too on point.
Yep. You're right. This is definitely one hell of a epic roof for sure, or spire. And also, if you look at it from like top down, you see it's like a little flower.
Oh yeah.
Yes, yes, Wookie Brush. They are all individual tiles. They're all little brackets that she used to make these.
That is why the roof. That's why we're talking about a 3,000
Yeah.
K spire here.
Yeah, this is insane. I mean, I'm a spire man. I like a good spire, and this is a good spire.
Got the approval from the Spider-Man Silv. Yeah, this is.
Frana, were you inspired by
Can you not? Oh god.
Okay, let's move along, guys.
Sorry, that was a bit mean, but
Yeah.
no, for real.
Yeah, amazing work, Frana.
Yeah, yeah.
This was the Fuwa's Fantasy Spire Roof 1. All right. We are moving on to the next one.
Yeah. And this is the Japanese Haya Sushi Garden. Haya Sushi Garden.
Hiya!
Haya.
Hiya.
By Two Bears.
Ooh.
This looks nice.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
very cute.
Looks like something
Yeah.
you could actually see in a theme park.
Yeah, and this thing has got a great sense of scale. It's not as oversized as Planet Coaster stuff tends to be. Like, it's really perfect size.
Ooh, I really like the little
Yeah.
outdoor garden seating area with the flower
Yeah.
bed and the fish.
Yeah, I like that he just made the entrance to the restaurant just to go through here and then kind of like filled out with animatronics that people are actually going in and sitting there on every floor.
Oh
And
yeah. That's really cool.
that makes it such a nice vibe when you go around and looking in a park and you just see like whoever, if it's animatronic or people, just you have people sitting there, right? So, like the color scheme too,
Yep.
not overly too crazy.
Oh, it's nice. I like it. I
Mm-hmm.
really like those little gardens that this person added for like the upper deck and the lower deck section, and the little fast food section as well.
Yep.
As well as the restaurant where you can just sit down and eat. I like that.
And it's some pretty sweet rooms. You can eat like private in here in some of these rooms. Wow. Oh, fancy.
Have a little date.
Yeah, but this is really cool though. Love the levels and the offset building on the side
Yep.
here. That's what makes it stand out. I really like it. Let's see the night.
And the overall composition is nice with
Mm-hmm.
like the main tallest parts and the other parts kind of offset from it at different heights.
The lighting for me, I mean, I don't mind it. Um, I think it's very bright though.
Yeah, it's maybe a bit too bright.
Yeah, especially come to think about that, the build itself is already quite white or pale.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, it's a bit like everything is lit up, and usually I think it's better to focus on making certain areas light up and certain areas darker. And it's like quite a uniform brightness here. So I would just leave some more areas dark, kind of choose where you want to put your focus. But yeah, it looks nice anyway.
Mhm.
it does for sure. And also, as Pretzl say, I really like the opening gardens, like eating areas, especially the one on the first level on the right where you have like these two trees poking out from the roof.
Mm-hmm.
And the pufferfish in
Yeah,
the middle.
that's really cool.
All right.
Okay.
Next one is all the way over here. Is this an Anigmandra one?
Yes.
Yeah. So cool that I'm starting to recognize people's builds based on people.
Okay, I gotta say, it's a pumpkin, man.
Okay, well, yeah.
It's Annie's thing. She builds pumpkins.
Or chill, okay.
No, I'm kidding. But yeah, Enigmandra's spooky pumpkin carriage shop. That's so cool. Look at the small guys driving the cart or the carriage.
Yeah, they're very cute.
It's also very good integrated into this pumpkin the shop. Like
Mm-hmm.
very nice.
Yeah, that's what I find most impressive. Like you managed to get rid of those blocky, annoying buildings that shops always have.
Exactly.
I like the decorative pieces around the shop as well.
Yeah, it definitely
That really
adds.
makes it stands out. And then the pumpkin, the pumpkin like the roots at the top, the vines that comes out the top, it looks really nice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it does. Looks really, really nice. This is cool for now when Halloween is coming next month. I will see this blueprint get a lot of subscribers or
Oh yeah.
subscriptions. Works very well for that, right? If you just want to pop in a little Halloween shop or something, just plop. There you go. Perfect for that.
Oh yeah, what kind of shop is this? Oh, it's Foxy Coffee.
She should have put the new Ghostbusters thing in. That would have been nice. Marshmallows, maybe. What it is.
Yeah,
Can't you, but
I
you can
guess
get
this works too.
you can get pumpkin coffee, right?
Oh,
Oh yeah, you can get a pumpkin spice latte. That's genius. Although
huh.
I don't think they have pumpkin spice latte in Planet Coaster.
And you can just rename one of the ones that are in the game.
Oh yeah, true.
Yeah.
Yes, I think the theme makes sense.
It totally. Oh, checking the lighting now. Little bit too much.
Oh yeah, it's
Uh,
very bright.
Is it bright orange? Let me have a look.
Maybe I would have dimmed it a little bit more, just tiny bit more on the front.
That makes it
Uh,
look spooky though.
huh?
Kind of makes it look spooky.
Yeah, I can see that, but I also feel like I'm kind of like have to ninch my eyes a bit.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. And maybe this is a very personal gripe, but the lights are all the way hidden underneath the ground. But personally, I always like it when lights are visible. You know, trying to hide them as much as possible while also still showing them, because realistically, you need some light somewhere. So having like a spotlight somewhere on the sides, maybe down at the wheels or above the shop, actually, I think that might work. I
I think
think would be a bit better for the lighting.
Christina has a point to the stairs going up. If you connect a stairs or a path to it, then you see the stairs like
Yeah.
Let us see about that. I want to try it.
Yeah, I tried it actually, and you don't see the stairs anymore. Like part of them poke out, then it doesn't really work as well anymore, which is a shame because the stairs look nice.
They really do. It's a nice addition. But yeah, I guess people can just have it in their park without adding a path to it if they just want it for scenery or whatnot.
Yeah, put an animatronic in it or something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
use your imagination. But nevertheless, I really like it. It's a nice, nice pumpkin carriage. I've never seen anyone do this, so it's always nice to see
Yep.
something new. So yeah, well done, Nadigmandra. You are for sure the pumpkin lady. All right,
And the final three.
the final three, guys.
Yeah.
We have this guy.
Alright. So this one is
A
by
whole village up here.
Yeah,
this
Wow.
is this is Neat Melvin and Large Food Court.
Yeah, I guess it does look like a food court.
colorful food court.
Yeah,
Yeah.
in Balamori.
That's some pretty intense colors.
Yeah, I guess it gives off a very cartoony vibe. I could see this in something like Plopsaland. You guys probably wouldn't know about it, but I'm sure if Melvin watches this back, he knows what I'm talking about.
Okay,
Mm.
Yeah, it's very cartoony vibe in general.
all right.
I feel like it's those Starbursts or something. Or Skittles.
Mm-hmm.
I kinda like that he kept with the pastel color of it though.
Yeah, the colors, like they're all kinds of different colors, but they work all right together. They all have a very similar shade.
Yeah.
I would maybe still consider adding some more stuff to the buildings. Like he has
Mm-hmm.
this was it second level along these buildings on the right that has like they could maybe have another window or even a balcony up here. All of them.
Oh yeah.
Just add some stuff more to the buildings here. I would do like balcony windows and maybe even
Mm-hmm.
some bunting hanging from the buildings. Now when you have buildings on each side, give it some like
That's a good idea.
festive vibe or something. A little bit Mardi Gras, something like that. I don't know. Uh, Other than that, I like the composition of it. I like that you made it a food court. I can see having a path here and having lots of people walking around and sitting in the middle here.
Mm-hmm. Hmm.
That's cool.
And I guess the one thing you could also add is some awnings over the roofs or over the shop openings. So just having those overhanging hanging awnings, I think, should make the whole area look a bit more inviting.
Yeah, true. That's also something. And also, I feel like the roofs could use something. I don't know what it is, but maybe some more trim or like something in the middle of this entire section. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
a chimney or something. I don't know if that's something that will add something to this, but
Well, that's a fair point.
just I feel like just the roofs is kind of yeah. I don't know.
Yeah,
It looks a little
you
bit
don't
off to me.
you don't really need to change color of the roof, to be honest. Keep the roof one color.
Yeah, I think
Or that
if you
yeah.
could if you make all of the roofs black, or at least on the row with all of the different colored buildings, because I think it would work slightly better if they all had their own color, but then they had like some elements which are the same color, and something more neutral. So maybe like a black roof or
Yeah,
making all of the windows white, something like that. I think might improve it a bit.
a
Yeah.
different shade of gray or something like that, or
Mm-hmm.
brown on the roofs to kind of make it a little bit more realistic. All right.
Gonna check nighttime real quick here. Okay, so you use the default light, I assume, in these
Yep.
lampposts. Yeah, I really don't like that default color.
The blue.
No, the color the lampposts have when you place them.
Oh, that yellowish color.
Yeah, I don't like that color.
All right.
Hmm. I think it's all right.
Oh yeah, but it's just in general. I always feel like it's a little bit off from a normal
Yeah. Maybe it could be a
lamppost.
bit warmer, perhaps.
So Costa's designer said, "I've seen this style in real life. It's a Caribbean, popular in LA, but this one taken kind of Italian." Hmm.
Hmm.
Okay,
All right.
fair
Well,
point.
let's move on because we've got a few more left to go, and
Yeah, and we don't
Yeah, yeah,
wanna
yeah.
we
we're
don't
almost at the
wanna.
3 hour mark.
Yeah, let's not go there. We have two left, so
Let's try
oh,
and wrap this up.
all right. Two more to go, guys. This is Sugary Emporium by Decoy.
Hmm. Definitely looks like an emporium. Kind of American fantasy-ish Victorian building.
Yeah. What
But yeah, it's nice.
I like the little
the
trellis that he added on the top
Mm-hmm.
with the roses. Quite nice.
Yeah, I think that makes the building much more inviting. That like it makes this a possible part of a main street or something like that.
I can see something like this in Disney or
Mm-hmm.
yeah, nice.
Yeah, I like this. Very cool. Uh, I've not actually seen people use this new wall set from the Ghostbusters pack,
Oh yeah, true.
so it's kind of interesting to see. Not it feels
Yeah, and it works for this style.
yeah, but I also feel like some of the uh, I don't know if it's the windows or some of the trim, those adventure pieces he added on that kind of gets me off. I don't know what it is, but
Those square pieces.
yeah,
Ah, yeah. What are those actually? I like it actually. Ah, temple decorations.
hmm. But yeah, I think it's kind of like what Dutch Town says in chat. Bit too many squares or something. I feel like it's.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I feel like he could add it like on the backside here. If you have added an offset building or something,
I think if you copied
or
over what was on the first wire with those like icing pieces
yeah,
and added a little bit more to that center tower,
Yeah,
would have would have kept it together more.
yeah,
yeah, and
I
also do the same thing with the windows, maybe even because you've got a round tower, but there's only one window in it. You can actually put maybe three windows next to each other, so you get more of a bay window idea, which, from an architectural point of view, is also more attractive because then you have like a view in every direction.
yeah.
exactly.
But yeah, that's stuff to experiment with.
All right, let's check it out at nighttime real quick here. It's fairly lit where it's supposed to be lit.
Ah, yep.
Warm, inviting at the shop, so that's what it needs.
The,
Yeah, I
the
think that's
kind of
quite
the
good.
chocolatey colors, like it was like yeah,
Yep,
like caramel looking.
very cool, very cool. Okay, should we proceed to the last?
Sure thing.
It's a tiny one. Wookie Bush says we can skip it. He says it's the worst one of them he submitted, but I don't believe that. This one was kind
Yeah,
of cool.
I approve.
Yeah, it's just because it says
Yeah.
pretzels.
No,
But anyways, look at
lemonade.
those pretzels. Oh, it is the real pretzels. I was like, what the? How did he make those? Oh, we got them in game, right?
He made a
Oh
custom
god.
sign one, no?
But
This is giving me real munchies. I want to get pretzels now.
Yeah, me too.
this is the
God.
Carnival Food Stand by Wookie Bush. It will also be the last blueprint of today, guys.
The best one to end
Yeah,
on.
sure.
You
You're
so
biased.
I was just about to say that, so good we agree.
Uh-oh.
So lemonade and pretzels.
Oh, they sell churros on the inside though.
Oh, really?
I-
Oh yeah.
This is the best.
Drink for life.
I love churros.
It's a bit of a false marketing going on here because it says pretzels and lemonade, but then inside they sell fries and juice. So I don't know about that one.
Yeah, what's going on? No.
But yeah, no, it looks great.
We can
never actually-
pretend.
I never really understood that actually, like how we've had the pretzel in the game since launch.
Yeah.
They've not actually had a pretzel shop that sells pretzels.
Yeah, that is weird.
Maybe they had an idea of adding, but then they
And
just
then-
were out, what can we call it? And I was like, nah.
They saw my name and was like, nope, not happening.
Checking it at nighttime right now. I like that he used the drapes for the bottom of them. Looks kind of cool. Looks like it's
Oh,
kind of like how can you explain this?
Ooh.
Yeah, I don't know, but
The spooky lights on the corner look really cool. The
oh yeah,
balls.
yeah, you're right.
Also, yeah, I gotta reflect what somebody's saying in the comments. The color scheme looks quite nice,
Mm-hmm.
and it's very thematic as well. With like every section of it being like the lemonade section being very much lemonade colored, and the pretzel section being very pretzel colored.
Yeah, true. And yes, Kevin, this was actually go very well with my midway games. That's true.
Ooh, and I like those lights. Like really putting them out there on display. You know, this is what showcasing lights like this would look like. So, you know, in this case, you see the lights, but it's kind of a good thing because realistically, these kinds of lights would look like this.
Yeah, that's true. I really. Oh, did you see he even put
The
ice
lighting
cubes?
in general is really nice, actually.
Yeah, I just watched it at nighttime. It's very well lit. But this is very cool. I like this a lot. It's so much like a festival or like a fair stand
Mm-hmm.
or shop. We need more of that. It would be so cool if they actually gave us like some sort of festival pack or something. I don't know what it would have.
Yeah, like
but
midway games.
yeah, stuff like that.
Oh, that's something that's been missing in the game for ages. Oh, okay, we're not going to complain about the game, but no, you're right. Also,
Oh.
yeah, when I was complaining about pretzels, that was not taking a dig at the creator here. That was taking a dig at the game, at Frontier, for not giving us our pretzel stands.
Yeah. God damn it. We need him. But I think we are at the end here now, right, guys? We have 5 minutes until it hits 3 hours, so let's try and
Wow.
wrap it up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, thanks for joining us today, Silv, and sharing your park with us and all. That was awesome.
Yeah, no problem. It's been a pleasure.
Hope we can do it again sometime. That would be really, really cool.
Mm-hmm.
Not in
about a
3
year's
hours.
Yeah,
when is-
maybe keep it a bit shorter. I'll see if I have something else to showcase at some point, perhaps even. We'll see.
Yeah, but anyways, and thanks for you guys for staying with us in the chat. Always appreciate it. And if you missed out some of it, the video will be on YouTube very, very soon, or the stream will. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys, and thanks for joining Pretzl and Silv.
No problem.
And I'll see you guys on next stream, which will be on Sunday on Twitch, hopefully. So yeah, see you next time, guys. Bye.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.